onto you, beloved and hope friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again today, Dad. It's been a while since you've been on live stream. It's a good
Been a
day.
while.
Yeah. Today's stream topic that we're showing up for, it's Johan's birthday. I actually saw it this morning, but I didn't call him. Let's call Johan right now. On stream, we're gonna love on Johan. You friends tell Johan happy birthday too. I'm gonna tell him that you did tell him happy birthday, even though I'm not seeing happy birthdays in chat right now. Can I call him on this? I think so, right? Yes. Kom ons sê vir Johan geluk met sy verjaarsdag. Hy's dalk besig. He might be busy. Hey, happy birthday to Johan. There you go. That's at least one. It's at least one. Thank you, Zhao. He might be too busy. Having too good of a birthday. Aye, my mater. Ek het jou sommer nou gebel gedurende stream. Mense sê al klaar vir jou aan daai kant. Baie geluk met jou verjaarsdag. Ek hoop dit is 'n mooi dag. Mis jy nog ons eintlik hier so vandag? Sou nog ons nooit gewees het om jou hier op die plaas te hê as jy.
Lekker verjaar, Johan.
Ja, my pa is so langs my ook. Studio baie blessings met die kant af. Ek hoop dit is 'n mooi ene. All right, hey yo, Dan Gray is here. We got Sam too. Oh wow, is that Melt Prime? Looks like he lost weight. That too. Last time I saw you, sir, you were covered in bees.
I was getting what?
Last time I saw you were covered in bees. This one, lost again. No, literally, last time you saw you was covered in
That
bees.
was a dead funny story, I must tell you. I must be honest with that.
Yeah, that was
dead funny.
very, very apt. Like, I still feel like that's one of those things that I'll look back on. It's like, how was that even real? Hello, Papa, Sam, Dan, MeltMore. Thank you, Joe, for blessing us. We got Dan here too, saying happy birthday to Johan. Yeah. Everybody say happy birthday to Johan, even if he's not here to see it. He does tune in sometimes, and we'll honor him in this stream as well a little bit. Me and Dad went on a big old walk today. We climbed that little. Think you can see it? Not really.
No.
I can show you, but it's hard to see it.
Just through here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm just gonna put them around the corner. That mountain there. You see it? I'll zoom for you. What mountain, Melt? That mountain there. They're in the background. Me and Dad just came back from climbing that. Literally, it went all well, technically speaking. Like, no qualms. And then on the way down, I trusted my weight to a limb. And that limb was not happy about me asking that much of it. And it gave way. And I fell backwards off a mountain, what feels like, right? Essentially. Dad pulled his back trying to like do something in the, moment. I fell and felt very comfortable, technically speaking. I still did take a knock. My bum is a little bit sore.
That's bad 2.5 meter drop.
Yeah, 2 meter drop, like off of a roof, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of us were like, oh goodness, that could have been a way different story. Like, Dad was even talking about having a phone on him for if something happens or whatever. It's like,
And then we said at least we're two.
yeah,
So,
at least we're two. We're fine. We'll be fine. Having to carry me down that mountain with me being paralytic would not have been a good end of our day.
No.
My backyard is a trash courtyard. Sounds like very New York. Wow, I really want to be there. The idea of a mountain hike in my backyard. I mean, Dan, you should come and make your way here. We've had some friends here from the Arpan community. Joe has been here. Aaron, I don't know if you remember Lurking for Truth, Dan. Do you remember Lurking for Truth? Lurking with Truth has not exactly the big mountain, but he climbed the little one with me. That's a big mountain. Is it? How big is big? It's not small.
Well, the ones across there is...
Those are big. Yeah, those are big mountains.
That's bigger.
To me, those are big mountains, because if you had to climb that one from the base of it,
We probably still would have been there.
exactly.
Yeah.
That one is like you can climb it in your off time. You can climb it after you come back from work. Technically.
You'll probably do it in 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hour trip all the way up there, all the way back
Have
here.
a nice view, come down, easy.
Ja, makkelijk.
easy. And spend a little bit of time there. It's not that hard of a climb.
I showed that restorative rock that I told you friends about that I played. Feels good. It was nice to go through that experience with us. Makes me happy to see your dad sharing in the stream. That's beautiful. Thank you, Dad and Gray. It's nice to share here with you friends too. Geef me een beetje water.
Yeah.
They're mostly waterproof at least. No flat surfaces. Is that Alice W as well? Is that your dad from South Korea? South Africa, close, but I mean far away technically. So you're right on the south at the very least. We do have like squinty eyes when we smile, so I do get the Asian fractal. To be honest, I can afford the flight. I have the pay time off. I'll message you on Discord. Well, I mean, if you want to make a plan, bro, you better make a plan soon. Like come for New Year's kind of thing, because come end of January next year, and I won't be here to receive you, bro. But seriously, Osiris, do it. I mean, why not? Why not? Joe has done it. Aaron has done it. Right? Why not you? Subjective and objective lion wrestling. Do tell us how this topic came about. You know, it was almost like a key theme that kept arising. Me and Dad, I believe, at the very least, are very similar as people. All right? We're both intelligent. We're both keen to recognize patterns. And the conclusions we have come to might be a little bit different, but I believe the core truth remains the same. And then when you're talking about things in that nature, objective and subjective truths become like the outskirts, right? Like the finer details, if you will, trying to make out what it is you're talking about.
And up to what point you're willing to break it down to. And it all come about to say what gives you worth. That's where the conversation
That's the big question
started.
you asked a few times, yeah.
Yeah.
What gives you value?
Yeah.
Like asking a person.
What determines your worth, and what gives you value? And that's a deep question, you know, and there's not necessarily an easy answer to that, because if you start breaking it down, what gives you worth? You can break it down to say, okay, I'm contributing to society in what I bring. Well, that gives worth to the people you are benefiting in society. So that's subjective. It can't be that, because the persons you're not influencing the way you feel you're influencing other people might have a different opinion. So it's subjective. If you then say, okay, it can't be what I decide what determines my worth. Is it what somebody else says about me? Then it's also subjective. So if you keep breaking it down to what is objectively true, you have to answer that question for yourself. And for me, getting to the conclusion that the only thing that objectively is true is that we are all created in the image of God, and that gives us value. And if you seriously believe that we all have been created in the image of God, then I can't look at you and say, well, I must be just a little bit better than you. But you created in the same image. So I can't be better than you.
So the question that arises in my mind in this discussion is it only us as people that were created in the image of God and then given the value thereof?
Now, everything has been created, but it's only us as humans that's been created in the image of God.
Okay.
That's what the word
But
is.
we're almost like centering in on the whole image of God thing.
Yes.
Right? And I would like to argue, and this is the way that I've been almost like seeing this conversation all day, is that there is subjective value in Kobe. He's not created in the image of God.
No, it's not.
Right? But we still value him.
Yeah.
So it's not him being in the image of God that adds that value. I believe it's love. And that's what the conversation we were having today. I believe it's love that is the thing that adds that value. Because the fact that we love him, like if he was someone else's dog, we might not have any, like, some dog, right? There's no love in our hearts for that dog.
So
Yeah.
the only objective thing to that is he's also a creation of God.
Yeah.
That brings it back to the objectiveness of it. So because he is a creation, does it give us the right then to just kill it? No. We
I
said we
mean,
should care for the creation.
we still kill a lot.
We still kill a lot. It's, and I'm not saying to kill animals to eat is wrong. I'm still gonna have a steak. Uh, I'm still gonna have leather boots. I'm still gonna have all these things, and I'm still gonna use a phone uh, that is that needs to be mined, materials to make it. So to try to reduce it down to, yeah, question still is objective truth versus subjective truth.
Yeah, for me, the objective truth is that love is true.
Yeah.
That's the objective, right? That at the end of it all, love is. And the subjective is how you get at that love, right? And it looks different for every single one of us, at least in my opinion, where the way that I love God, love my world, love my lover, love my friend, love my brother, is different subjectively to the way that the person next to me loves
Yes.
all of those same things. However, the truth underlying it is love, right? That's the one thing that none of us can get away from. And I concern, if that's the right way to say it, I concern myself with finding that love wherever it is I am, realizing that that is the only subjective experience worth having.
I'm concerning me to with the source of that love. Not just the love. It's where's the source. And if you look at even love, it needs to have a source. Everything everything has a beginning. So we know if you break it down scientifically, we know the world had a beginning. Who began it? That's still the question. So the objective truth is there's something that's transcendently true that we cannot subjectively
Prove.
quantify and prove if you don't have an objective view of it. Because objectively, there's something beyond us. There's something outside of us, and we all have this awareness in ourselves. Whether you fight it, whether you agree with it, whether you disagree with it, we all have this. When you sit in the deep and darkest place in your day, you realize there is a God, and it's not me.
I don't try to draw lines in my mind like that. Like for
I
me,
do.
my most beautiful experiences with God was God is and I'm not.
God is, and I'm not Him.
No, not not him, just not at all.
Yeah. God is, and I'm not.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not God.
Yeah.
We are.
You see, the
Here,
me that thinks it is,
here we are.
Papa, that's the thing. Like the me that thinks it is an ego because it has this thinking attachment to this experience. Where I think the experience itself, the actual consciousness, that's the God part. And as soon as, like for me, my personal experience, meeting with God in that way is when the me that I think I am falls away and all there is God. And it's not saying that I am that which is God. It is just realizing that there is no separation. And in realizing there is no separation, that's where my most beautiful enlightenment experiences, if you want to call it that, has taken place.
You say there's no separation. Okay. So let's try and break that down. If you say, and bring it down to human terms, if there's a certain amount of rules, if I've got a certain amount of rules, and you say you choose not to abide by those rules, irrespective of what those rules are, whether you agree with them, whether you don't agree with them, whether you think it's fair rules, whether you think it's unfair rules. But if this is the rules, if I say to you, if you want to play this game of soccer, rugby, or whatever the game is you want to choose, I say there's a certain amount of rules to play this game. And you might think, listen, I don't like the fact that there's only, what is it, 11 players in a soccer team or 15 players in a rugby team. I don't like it. I would like it to be 17. Then the general consensus is no, that's not the game. That's not the game you have to
It's not
play.
the rules.
That's not the rules. Just stick to the rules. So there's something that's in us as human to say, well, okay, yeah, we will stick to rules because we actually see it works. A sports game cannot work if there's no rules. And life can't work if there's no rules. Biology can't work if there's no rules. Science can't work if there's no rules. So why do we think that with God, we can break it down and say, okay, well, there's no rules. So with everything in life, there's rules. But with God, He will just accept us and there's no separation.
This is where I'll come up for God, to say it in that way, is that all of these other rules we can define, but you
Yes.
cannot define God. That's the problem.
But He's given us rules.
And has he? Who?
Yes.
Where?
It's written upon your heart.
I
It's
mean,
written upon your heart. Do you
written on some people's
intuitively?
hearts.
Do you? No, it is.
there's a lot written on a
No.
lot of people's hearts. Some people are.
Intuitively, you know. Intuitively, you know. It is wrong to kill
Yeah,
people.
sure.
Intuitively, you know it. You don't have to be taught that.
But okay.
So,
Since we're in the no.
But you can get over it.
Since
you
we're-
can
yeah,
condition your mind
exactly.
to say, oh well, this guy doesn't have worth.
Not only that.
And we're getting back to the worth.
Not only that, but like since we're talking about the subjective and objective truth, the objective truth is that I want to protect my family. And the subjective experience might be that I'll have to kill someone to do that. So yes, it's wrong morally to kill a person, but if that person's actively trying to harm my loved ones, then suddenly the morality of it changes.
Okay, then it's self-defense. Huh?
But
No,
again,
no, there's nothing wrong with self-defense. There is something wrong with murder. Self-defense is not murder. It's you defending yourself, and you've got the right to do that. You've got the godly right to do that.
there's a lot of subjectives that are arising in my
No,
mind right now.
It is, yeah, because now I can say, okay, well, where do I draw the line? And the line is, if you protect yourself and you protect your loved ones, that's a different story. I cannot go and say, well, okay, I'm going to rob a bank because, and I'm going to kill a guard there because I want to provide for my family. So if I don't do that, then I'm putting them in harm's way. So you need to say, okay, where do I stop my mind in saying what is self-defense and what is
justifiable?
what is justifying it yourself. So creating your own rules to say, okay, I think I'll be happy with robbing a bank and killing a guard because
one guard.
I think,
one guard, I think I can get.
one is okay. Two is perhaps pushing it. But it's once again is where do you draw the line, and the line intuitively in your heart you know where that line is. You intuitively know it's wrong to steal, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
You intuitively know it's wrong to lie
Sure.
because it's just not right. You intuitively know if you're in a relationship, don't cheat on your partner. You intuitively know it's wrong. That's why people try to hide it. So all the things, if you hear a siren and you say, hey, you must think, okay, well, what am I doing wrong? Is why do I get a fright if I hear a siren? If I don't have anything to worry about, then the siren's not going to bother me. So if there's rules that God says in His Word that He's going to judge us by, that's a siren going off. And we're saying, oh, we don't like it. We don't like to have rules. And that's the problem with us as humans. And we all battle, irrespective where you are in a spiritual relationship with God. We all battle with that.
I don't feel I have too much of a battle with that in my heart. I don't battle having to kill people or wanting to kill people or battle having to.
I'm not saying that.
No. But think about what I'm saying. It's like that whole where do you draw the line kind of thing, right? Like for me, the way that I apply myself at this point is in realizing and it's something that me and you differed on a few times today, is that all I can cater for in that way is my own experience, right? And in that way, if I had to go through the whole fractal of robbing a bank, I would be putting my experiencer in the environment where I can potentially be shot, in retaliation. So in that way, that wouldn't be the act of love that I would apply to my life. So in my loving perspective, subjective perspective, I'll never get to being in that position of trying to rob a bank.
Because intuitively you know it's wrong.
But again, like the way I'm intuiting is from a perspective of love, and I'm trying to say that the same thing is true for all of those. Like the reason you're not killing a person is because of love, fundamentally, and the way you're not lying to a person is because of love, fundamentally.
But
and the
it's
reason you're
written
not cheating on a person is because you love them
It's
fundamentally.
written upon your heart. So intuitively, we know that the stuff that's been written upon our heart is what we're going to get judged by. It's the way we I'm pointing this out again, and I'm older than probably a few of the guys out there, so I've made much more mistakes than what you guys have made up to this point in time. If well, there's guys older than me, then probably not. Then you might beat me. So getting to a point where you say, okay, out of all the mistakes that I've made in my life, is what have I gained from them? What experience and what knowledge, and then building and coming to what is true.
Yep.
And then you start asking, and we had a discussion this morning, is if I had this very same discussion with myself 40 years ago, make it 30 years ago, I probably would have dealt with it differently in my mind. Because you still have all this, what's the right word?
Bravios.
A little bit of this immortality syndrome. Huh? When you're young, you've got this immortality syndrome. You think, I'm going to conquer the world, and it's good, huh?
It's needed.
Absolutely. So it is so beautiful because we've been created like that. Can you imagine you don't have the spunk in you, and everybody was just okay, let's just go sit down and die. I mean, it would have been.
Dying is a mug's game.
It wouldn't have been a fun place to be.
That's a story, Papa.
In this world.
There's this
It wouldn't have been
story
a fun place
in
to be.
Sandman where a man had this conversation at a bar, the exact conversation you're just having, where he was like, yo, I've been looking, and it seems like everybody has this, I'm going to live forever, and then at some point they decide, oh, actually, maybe I'm going to die. And then they just do. Dying is a mug's game. Into scene.
There's nothing fun about
And then one of the entities saw him being this. He was like, yeah, I'll live forever. I will. En toe vat de engel hom op. He says, okay, you want to live forever? Here. Take immortality. Takes immortality. Lives generations. Hundreds of years pass. Like they made a deal where they was going to meet the angel again. Or angel is relative, the archetype. Hy Sandman. Hy's letterlik die Sandman, die droomwêreld entiteit amper. He's going to meet him every 100 years. And then you see this little story of him 100 years passing. And then 100 years pass and he's uber wealthy. And he's just like pushed out. And he tells like all of these nice foods that he eats. 100 years pass again. Nothing. He's like a wreck. Doesn't have anything to his name. He's like, it's horrible right now. Like I've
no purpose.
Slept. No, listen. Keep listening. It's like I went to bed hungry. You know, I've been like rats have been eating at my skin. No, like telling these stories. Just like, oh, so you've realized that you want to die. And he goes, what? Are you joking? Dying is a mug's game. That's why actually my line was said.
Yeah.
So that's the lose. That's as soon as you let go of that spark, as you said, that's when you lose. And for me, I want my archetype to be, and that's why I encourage you to see it that way, is that you are having your 1/3 life crisis at minimum right now. Yeah.
I don't think I have a
You're going to live
crisis.
to like 165. Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not.
Why not? Why not? Why can't you hold that as something that could be? Why would you rather just be like, no? Like that's the spark.
Because I'm accepting reality as well.
Why? Why? Why?
Because that's true.
No, it's not.
No, it is not.
It's not true.
One,
It's
one
not.
thing, one thing that is true, and I can actually scientifically prove that.
Uh-huh.
We're all gonna die.
No. No, we can't say that.
Because at this point in time, it's
So I know.
100%. It's 100%.
However,
everybody's gonna die.
okay, this is where the hippie woo woo comes in.
Huh?
There's this fun thought experiment that's called quantum immortality, which basically poses the fact that you are existing in this moment right now, instead of not existing, means that you are in a quantum state of immortality, where there was a version of Melt that actually died on those rocks out there. But this is the version of Melt that actually was lucky enough to fall in a way where I didn't die. And that's why I'm continuing to walk down that mountain to sit here with you.
Uh-huh.
And as long as I continue, there is going to be a version of me
Yeah.
that exists forever.
And another version, it was me falling down.
Yes!
That's it.
But that's the point.
Yeah.
That's quantum
No.
immortality.
No, but that's easy. That's trying to escape from reality.
I'm not escaping, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
If I escaped, I was dead out there. I'm here. It's not an escape.
No.
It's a full presence
There's
thing.
a difference between that and a difference between that and grace.
Okay. Is it grace to die?
No, it's grace to be coming out of that.
Yeah.
To say, okay, you've been given another chance.
But it could be grace to die. Yep.
If it's your time to die,
But you see,
you're not gonna stop it.
that's where I take action.
But you're touching on a very good point now. So we all know that we're running out of time.
Are we?
So yes, we are.
Where's the time going?
Where's the time going? Okay. Grandma, is she still living?
She's here with us right now.
Oh, no, not this one. No, she's not. In person.
You're bringing up everything. Like she's literally
No.
in our DNA as we're speaking, remembering
But
her memory.
She is a person is dead.
Yes, her person is dead.
Yes.
She's not.
Yeah, her memories is not. That I'm
And
happy
the
with, I'm
impact
happy
she
with it.
has and the way she continues to live through our hands in this world, she's not dead.
But that's subjective. That doesn't.
Yes.
Whatever grandma.
And I
meant
think
to us
that's actually
means
objective
nothing
truth.
to-
That's objective
No,
truth because it's
not.
DNA.
No.
You can prove that. It's DNA. That is objective truth.
No. The
A part of her,
objectiveness in his-
a
yes,
part of her continues to live on. That's the point we're trying
part
to
of the
make.
DNA. But okay, that is true for all humans.
Yes.
Part of my DNA, part of
Yes.
everybody's is DNA is some because
That's what we are.
yeah.
That is what we are.
humans.
So no,
But
the human is built on top of that, Dad. DNA is what we are. And we are now getting to a point in our technology where we have our hands inside that.
Yeah.
Instead of it being like, oh, I'm gonna take some cream and put it on my skin to look mooi, we're inside of the DNA to like tell the peptides in your skin to produce harder. Like that's where we are right now already.
I think
It's-
we're messing with something we don't understand.
Yes,
We're
yes.
messing with something we don't understand.
And the only way to
if
start
you-
understanding is to mess with it more.
To me, it is easy, And what is that game that that you have to pull out the blocks?
Jenga.
Jenga. This whole playing with DNA is a Jenga game.
It's a
for
kind
me.
of Jenga, but
You don't
that's
know.
why.
You don't
That's
know
why.
if you pull this thing.
So that's why
what's
we
gonna
do.
happen with this?
Again, we already thought about that. Yes,
no.
yes, yes,
How
yes.
long is a
Listen,
DNA
listen,
strand?
listen. This is what they do. Instead of actually taking and putting in new blocks into the Jenga block, we do something that's called methylization of the Jenga blocks. So instead of moving anything in the stack, you just put a little clip on this block, telling it to go. I'm like, it's a little bit excessive, but you can like upregulate a DNA. No, listen, I'm serious. And we're doing this right now.
Are you 100% sure that
So again,
billion liters later,
the cool thing,
there's gonna be no thing?
The cool thing is you can have switches that takes off that methylization group again, and we can do that reliably, which means that you can put on those switches, see what goes wrong potentially, and then if you're like, oh nope, we can't do that, you can turn them back off again. If you spend like I'm not serious. If you spend time in the sun all day, more of your DNA gets damaged, and the likelihood of you getting cancer goes up. Right? Now imagine we're doing that in reverse. We're taking out the damage of our DNA.
I'm not trying to say that I understand even 1% of what is going on in DNA. I just think we're messing around with stuff we think we know.
And the only way for us to know is to mess around with it. That's the human condition.
That's very risky.
You can't just, like, again, it's the AI thing. The reason we're not going to just stop AI is because every other guy has a same incentive to AI. Because, again, AI and genetics, that's what they're all working towards.
Yeah, I understand.
Whoever has the most powerful computer can make the most powerful DNA, can make the most powerful human beings that get genetically modified by them. That's the game we're playing today.
Yeah.
And many people are not on the same page. No one is on the same page. People don't know what's happening.
I have to take myself back 20 years. When did Terminator come out? Was it 20 years?
That was about 27-ish years ago, the first one. I think it's 2000s.
Oh, good. It was a cool movie. And we all thought,
Pretty great.
Terminator. Yeah, look, we're almost living it now. And it's...
We're living more iRobot than Terminator. If we're going to go that, it's more iRobot than Terminator.
Yeah, go listen to what the AI specialists say. And the guys if the guys that's doing the AI are concerned.
Part of the dudes that do the AI that are concerned, that's marketing, that's marketing.
All of that marketing?
Yeah, if you scare people, they're like, oh, you see, maybe I need to have some money in there because I need to be scared of this thing, so I better also be here. And that's why there's like all of these talks about like an AI bubble right now, because they're throwing so much compute at this thing, like a lot.
But
a lot.
If you have to unpack it and you don't see the risk of this whole thing, if we now say potentially in the near future, all jobs may become obsolete.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No option that's not going to happen.
Don't you see that as a risk?
Of course.
It's a major threat.
Of course, it's a major
threat to humanity, and we're not ready to deal with it.
That's what
we're not merely because we've not been created like that. If you take purpose away from people, if you say you don't have to work, you just sit there at home and just
you show up.
You enjoy life.
You show up.
You show up.
It's not about enjoying life. It's about showing up.
So then I show up 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, and then the day after it's 6:10, and then it's 6:30 because now, and then it's 7, and then in 10 years, then don't even get up today because it's just too hard to get up. Because I've got nothing to do.
So that
I have to show up for why do I have to show up for people?
A little bit, like in this way, and I'm gonna like out myself a little bit.
I'm not prepared for that.
I'm gonna out myself. Listen to me. Like I've had like a few conversations with you today about seeing myself as a teacher, right? And I do know that I have a certain way of teaching that actually makes it harder to learn my lessons that I'm teaching. And in a way, it's almost like I'm supposed to teach them that way because it is the hardest lesson to learn. Right? The experience we're here to have and the teacher I'm here to be is in realizing like you technically gave me what the like ultimate utopia would be. A place to live, food to eat. I didn't ask much, but you at least gave me that, Dad. And I appreciate that.
Didn't ask much. You asked a lot.
Like food to eat, place to live?
No, I'm not talking about that.
But technically let's actually echo that. Just last night, Dad bought me an EUC.
Now, you're not expecting much, Estia.
I wasn't.
That's not expecting much.
I haven't expected much until that one time. And I did come to Dad like that. Can you spot me, please?
Yeah.
Please. They know. They know that this is a gift from you as well. This is a gift you promised me for my 21st birthday, though. All right. And that's
what you went around for.
Yeah. And this one, and I mean the EUC now. Like those are the two big expenses that you've had to pay for my stuff, right? Is there any more big expenses?
Easton, yeah. It's just
for the plane ticket was a big one as well. I'm talking about like since I was here. No, I'm like actually asking because I'm more than willing to have this conversation with you, Dad. And they know the amount of gratitude I have to this man. Like he has given me everything that I have to be able to do what it is I'm doing, and I'm getting emotional, Dad. Like I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, but that's good. That's the role of a father.
What I'm saying, Dad, is that in that freedom, that you gave me, which I believe every single one of us are worth,
Yeah.
I didn't not have purpose. I found purpose in myself because of the opportunities you gave me.
And I'm thankful for that. And like I said to you this morning, my only regret is that I couldn't show Jesus the way he is true. I couldn't show that to you the way I was supposed to.
That,
That's that's what
in
my
my
biggest regret.
in my personal opinion, you trying to do that is like putting someone in between me and you. When you are as much more than God in the way we say it,
No.
listen, has ever been to me.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, but we had a discussion today as well. That is to being reborn. And if you don't experience that, Estienne, I can't explain it to people. You know, when you said it's the way you look at life and the way you experience it, and that's what I found when I got reborn in Christ.
There is no separation.
Yeah,
There is no
I
separation.
hear what you say, Estienne.
Your name is Christian.
Yeah.
You were literally born with a name, and your dad before he was born with a
Yes.
name that is in honoring of that Christian ideology.
But that is not making me a Christian.
It's
It's not. It's me making a decision to say, well, I'm gonna submit my life. It's a submission thing. It's to say, it is not about me. Life cannot be about me because I don't have all the answers.
it's not about having all the answers, Dad. It's about showing up.
I don't even have all the questions.
It's about showing up, whether you have all the questions or the answers.
No, I don't have all the questions or the answers.
Do you know how much like, insecurity and like imposter syndrome goes into doing this every day?
Yeah, I can imagine.
I wonder sometimes, like, what am I supposed to say? I've done this thousands and thousands. I've talked about everything.
Yeah.
Like, and it's hard to do that, but that's the thing I'm supposed to do. We're supposed to continue showing up. That's what purpose is. It's like having that thing to show up for day after day. And like that's where I feel the job market has messed with us because we have reduced purpose to I do this thing for this company for this amount of money. That's never what purpose was supposed to be. I found purpose in yoga, and I found purpose in spending time on the rocks. And
But there's also the thing that we've all got different talents, and to just say, I'm not gonna use the talent that I've got to the best of my ability. It comes down to accountability. If you're using this talent to be the best you are, then yes, it's great for you, and I'm proud of you. I said this to you before. I don't think I can do. Well, I don't. It's never a question of thinking. I can't do this. I've never showed up for anything in my life, and I told you this. Like the way you're showing up for this. I've never done it in my life. So I honor you in that. And I've got the hugest amount of respect for you in that. And this is what I'm telling everybody. And this is what is making it difficult to have this connection. Because how do I come from a point now where I say, okay, I've learned some certain truths in my life. And now I want to come from this point and I want to teach you some truths. But you've discovered other things in life that you say, well, okay, what have you shown up
this is
for?
what subjectively has been true to me.
Yeah, but still, is you need to be honest with yourself and say, okay, the way you've articulated yourself in and expressing yourself in what you found to be good at now is brilliant. It's beautiful. I've never had the expectations for any one of you, and this is why I've never forced any one of you to. I'm a miner by trade, so I've never forced you to go into mining. Never. You must choose your own path. And I said to you, you unfortunately is going to determine the amount of your paycheck. But that's not going to determine your worth.
I've lived a life so full of purpose without getting a big paycheck.
Yeah.
And then quite the contrary. I've got smaller paycheck, more purpose.
So the size of the paycheck doesn't give you worth as well. So we're getting almost back to it's making a full circle now. It's what gives you worth.
So I believe
and all of this that we say, we work hard and we do, it's all subjective. It doesn't give you worth.
it's something for each of us to discover, Dad.
Yes.
That's what I
true.
believe.
That's true.
You know, and I feel like that's where, yes, it's scary to imagine all of the jobs being automated away, because what are we going to be left with? And I don't know if you remember this, but with the siblings, when we had this conversation about AI and robotics, I said the only work that there will be to do is for you to work on yourself. And you all had this like,
Yeah.
it's the end. And that is, I truly believe that, right? And some people, you're right, will go into desolation, where they will disappear from the face of the earth. They will either jack themselves into, nonstop stimulus and just be away from the world, or they will just actually die and they won't continue to live.
Or
Or,
all those.
or there will be purpose. That's the alternative.
Or.
Yeah.
But there's still another or.
What's the other or?
And you cannot rule this out, because if you put all these ors, you have to put all. This world is going to come to an end, as what the Word of God says.
Yeah, we have enough problems.
But Estin, if you want to have all these ors, that you say, okay, yeah, but this or this or this or this, then you have to put that in there as well. And now you have to ask the question, okay, where's the probability? Do we think this world can continue the way it is forever? No.
We got a few million years in us, like we're going.
Do we?
Yeah, we can sustain it for a few million years, and then everybody dies.
I'm not that convinced. I'm not that convinced. We've got a few million years. I'm not.
The Earth is a big place, Dad.
Do I think the world's going to come to an end tomorrow? I don't think so. Do I think we're moving towards the end? I actually do. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be next year. It's not for us to know the time.
I don't think it'll be in our lifetimes, Dad. And I believe I'll live for thousands of years.
I would not be surprised if it is in our lifetime. There's just too many prophecies but like I say, I don't think there is still a fear that needs to be fulfilled.
There's a big thing. There's a big thing, unfortunately, Dad, with, I feel, religiosity, where there's a certain grandiose idea of being so special, in a way, that you get to be there when it all ends.
Oh, no.
Yes, that's a fascination with a lot of people. That's why it's been so persistent as an idea.
The final chapter.
Yeah, I'll be here for when humans stop being human. There's a certain romanticizing of that idea. And to see that in ourselves and be like, actually, I don't care to be one of the last people.
No.
That's not an objective of mine. So I entertain different kinds of futures in my mind.
Yeah,
I hope for different things.
Yeah, we all hope for. I mean, I actually hope that all this AI. Do I want everything to stop tomorrow? This whole giving it up to humans to decide, what am I going to do today? I just think it's going to be a disaster.
It's going to be chaos.
It's going to be chaos.
It's actually going to be chaos. And again,
then it's going to boil down to.
That's where it's again we're going to crumble, and then you have to melt all of those crumbly bits together and make something unified again. And every side, that human history is that story of us going through those cycles over and over and over again, where we build the Tower of Babel, and then it all falls apart. And then we think we're hot shit, and then big flood. And then
but
you think you're the Israelites.
Yeah, that's good. But okay, what is still determining all that? The Tower of Babel.
It's the human condition, Dad. That's what's determining it. It's what we are.
It is what we are. But why are we the way we are?
We're again, that's probably why the aliens are not visiting us.
Choice.
They're like, these things are whack. These things are dangerous. They build nuclear bombs. Why you were given all of this stuff and you figured out how to bomb nuclear.
Are you being silly or are you just stupid?
What's wrong with you? Humans are wild.
Yeah, free choice is a very dangerous thing that we play with, and we haven't even got to the rules of the game yet.
Again, we're back to that subjective thing of like, to determine the rules of the game, you have to define God. And to define God equals impossible. Right? So it's like the rules fall apart along the way. You're like, what?
Okay. But then but if you create a God that suits you,
Sure. Like that, it's just the AI question thing, that's what they're doing. That's what each of them are doing.
exactly. So
Yep.
do you see the risk in that?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on the same page.
So if we agree on something.
That no,
we
no,
agree
no,
on,
not
we
only
agree
that,
a lot.
not
We
only that,
agree
but
a
there's
lot.
like literature. There's literature about this stuff. That's like called the religious machine. So there's a story called Warhammer 40K. It's dark, very wild universe. And in that universe, once humans were really great, and then we built machines, and then the machines one day decided, actually, actually, all this humaning thing, about no.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
Terminator.
and then we won the war as humans. But then it became banned to build machines. They were like, no machines ever. They were like traumatized. They were like, if you freaking plug a computer into the wall, we kill you. Kind of scared of computers.
Huh?
And then they were like, actually, we're gonna make a religion and then make the computer abide by the religion. And then it's okay. And then they still build the robots and they still build the AIs. But it's because of this a religious machine. He doesn't want to kill those people because he wants to kill people. He wants to kill those people because the religion said so, right? And like it's still directive, it's still network, but it's
not a objective truth that's been written upon their heart. It's a subjective truth. So I can program
shapeable by human
and
will.
say, yeah, okay, I want you to do this and this condition. So if I want to kill you, it's fine, but just don't kill me. And I'm gonna write that in. So
Yeah, if me want kill you, then okay.
Yeah.
If you want kill me, then not okay.
No, okay. Don't do that. So subjective.
Yeah, no, it's true. We have some friends sharing here as well. MeltMore, I've been looking for you. It's been months. How are you? Hey, I've been here the whole time, oh. Welcome back. I'm gonna read the last couple of comments, but both Melt and Pops are too stuck on the humanity/Earth fractal. I think I missed some context before. Let's read the comments. Let's see.
Sure,
Let's see what our friends have been saying. It's gonna be all you now, all you. Okay, Melt Prime. We did read those. Subjective and objective. That's where we started. I really want to be there. You're here. You're here. Make a plan to fly here, bro. Soon. You should do it then. South something. I thought eye squinty was because of the sunlight. It's definitely that as well. We probably should have shades on at all times in this
Yeah, but we're
environment.
sitting with the sun behind us, so it's not just that. If we smile,
If anything,
our eyes closed.
we evolved to have squinty eyes because of how bright it is here. It's like, yeah, you had to build in your own safety goggles. Agree that we created the image of God. Yeah. This is such an important question to be asking, Dan says, especially for us Westerners. Here, a lot of us determine our worth through our corporate jobs, and it's hollow.
It's hollow.
So I mean, those people don't feel purpose, even though they do have those jobs.
And money and all the nice things that comes with it,
No purpose.
they feel hollow.
Exactly. That's big. That's big that you're saying that, bro.
Is that Dan?
Yeah, it's Dan.
Yeah,
he
no,
lives.
Dan.
He lives in New York as well. So he's even. We're talking about literally me and Dad. We're talking about New York today, Dan.
Yeah.
So
I've been there, and Dan, keep the faith, bro. Keep strong, huh?
keep it up, bro.
Keep asking the right questions and seeking the truth.
We have Sam saying, "What gives you worth and value?" Okay, so in a fictional situation against a lion, what do you have to keep yourself alive? I-class bard, so I use my speech talent to daze the lion with a paradox. Is that it? I was wondering if you're gonna give us more.
Yeah.
See,
Sorry, I've missed it.
currently, I'm just chasing with it. At some point, love is true, Sam. We're here with you. Sam is a Christian as well. I don't know if she would identify. Yeah. I think it would be like she would represent. I think she would be a pastor for Christianity, kind of thing, if she could choose. right, Sam? Maybe one day, right? You could preach. Sam's like, bet your ass I can't preach. Oh, what gives you worth, value? We'd ask that one. Hi, I'm back again. Bless camera. Love is the expression of God, Dan says. Love is the form of energy that God uses to communicate. I had that conversation about language as well, the whole communicating
Yeah.
thing there. That's how I see it, at least. Love is the form of energy that God uses to communicate. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can resonate with that too. Wondering which country you're from, South Africa. Thank you, Joe, for letting us know. Back in 2006, my English teacher in New Zealand was from South Africa. How about that? So you're not that old. You mentioned you had kids. He mentioned he had kids. So I was like, 2006, having an English teacher. So he could be 40.
Yeah, but
Yeah, in his
I can
40s.
also go for English classes now.
It's true.
If I have to
True.
learn Spanish now, I can go for Spanish classes. So
Come to South Africa. I'll say that you're ready. Bring your kids. That's what he meant. So he has kids right now. I don't know how old they are. That was almost what I was parsing as well. So they could be like little kids if he's like, in his 20s right now or something, or they could be big-uns too. It might make a difference. Traveling with little kids is a nightmare. I don't going anywhere, I think. My dad used to tie me to poles. Because
yeah, you and your bro.
I would
You guys
I'd be
were-
like, oh, look at all of that infinity for me to explore. And then Dad is like, where are these two things that I have to keep track of? They've gone into infinity.
Yeah, but this is also when we're out on holiday. you know?
Yeah,
So
and-
it's also an environment we don't know.
Yeah.
And if you get lost there, where the heck are we going to start looking for you? So yeah.
Get kidnapped or
Actually,
you get put in
literally,
someone's
him
car.
and his brother. I bought a piece of rope and I tied them. And I got looks from people. Look at this animal.
Animal
This
tying.
animal tying his children.
Kids to a pole.
But all the older people, they were just going, I know where you
I know
are
the
now.
kind."
I know where you are. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
Okay, you said it's daytime now.
That's true. Let's see. Getting to the physics back. Okay. I see that's not how it works. The concept of beginning is just a limitation in our 3D spaces. Now we're getting into the physics. It's true. So beginning is like a quirk, if you will, of three-dimensional space because it almost like intersects. And then as it intersects, it looks like it starts, but actually it already was in another plane before it intersected.
Yeah, that's not delving into quantum physics.
Yes.
That we say that's still
Quantum immortality comes back into that.
everything points to the fact that what we see here had a beginning.
Relatively in our three-dimensional space, yes, I'll agree. I'll agree. But
Who began it?
like again, you're asking a question like, how did that tree grow that individual leaf? Like, I can explain to you,
Yeah, but
in
but
depth,
that's the stuff that's intriguing me.
but it's impossible. You'll get lost.
I'm not saying I'm gonna know all the answers. I'm not saying that.
That's the beauty that I think, at least, in spirituality. That's what it's about for me. Spirituality is the pursuit of what God is. So in that whole trying to explain to yourself how that individual little branch in the chemical, that is like the pursuit of what God is. And in that
Yes.
way, it's entertaining, as you said. And it's infinite in every direction. You can keep having that relationship with God.
No, it's finite. No, it must be finite. Because if there's an objective truth,
Yes.
there's an objective truth giver. That's finite.
Where is the objective truth? The objective truth, for example, is that the sun is hot. And the giver of that is the fact that it has a lot of mass and helium and hydrogen
Okay,
being
so-
fused in its
and
core.
who made that?
It's out there.
It's out there.
The objective truth?
No,
yes.
it's there.
The objective truth is
But,
there.
okay, but it's nice to get your mind to say, okay, that's all. It's there.
It,
So it's fine.
it becomes subjective. As soon as you try and quantify more than that,
Yeah.
it becomes subjective.
Of course it does.
Yep.
Until you're gonna reach a point where it has to be objective. It must be.
You can't.
Are we here?
Yes.
Why are we here?
Because
How did we get here? No, it's not just because we are.
And again, Dad, I can, in the
No,
same
not
way,
because we
I
are.
can tell you this step by step. I can tell you. If I had the infinite perspective, I can be like, well, I walked with my dad, and then before that, I sat with him at the home, and then he drafted a thing, and then
That's
before
what we're
that,
talking
and
about.
I can go back until my conception, and then I can follow your story, and I can go back until your conception, and then I can follow your dad's story, and I can follow back, and then I can keep doing that. And we're going to be busy for an eternity, trying to find this objective truth.
But we spoke about the spark of life at conception.
Okay.
But scientist doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
So what is it?
Again, Dad.
That is something divine.
As soon as
that is something objective that we cannot change, we cannot quantify it, we don't know what it is. It's just something that is transcending us as humans.
We say we know what it is when we point at the sun.
No, we know what the sun is.
How do you know?
Because we know it's this.
Again,
science.
Yeah, the radiator stuff. Yes, I understand all of that.
Exactly know what it is, and this is what I'm saying about these scientists saying, there's this planet 65 billion light years away, and it's at its core, it's got diamonds. How the heck do you know that?
We don't even know what's at our core.
Exactly. So I'm listening to those things and reading it, and I think to myself, yeah, well, I'm going to take that with much more than a pinch of salt.
Like it's again that's where the human hubris comes in, and I am more than willing to be that human that's willing to say I don't know, and instead of concerning myself in this moment with explaining to you for eternity how the sun suns or how I came to be here in this moment, I would rather just be here in this moment, appreciating the sun.
And I'm still going to sit here and think, why am I here? What is the purpose of me being here?
This is the purpose.
Just to enjoy the sun.
This is the purpose. You're having the purpose.
It must be more than that.
This is... Why? How much more do you want? How much more purpose do you want, Dad? It's all around you.
There's a little bit of purpose in what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Is having a discussion, and perhaps somebody out there says, well, okay, there's a different point of view that I may have considered or not considered yet. That's giving purpose. So
that's why I show up.
But just to say, here we are. That's not purpose.
That's the original purpose, Dad. And then you have to find out what keeps you here. That's where it becomes like a personal journey.
Yeah.
Where you're dancing with purpose. It becomes like a love relationship. You had the conversation about like God writing you love letters.
Yeah.
Right? He writes you love letters in the purpose that this is. And then your loving of him is finding the love letters and reading them. Wow, God loves me a lot.
But okay, we spoke about a courtship, huh? And that's the love letters God writes to us. So what's the purpose of a love letter if you're courting a woman? What's the ultimate, what is your goal when you pursue a woman?
Union.
And union, yes.
Union.
Okay. In that union, is there going to be rules?
Weirdly enough, that sometimes makes unions harder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's going to be rules.
Yeah.
When there's now union.
Like a compatibility thing.
Your partner is going to say, well, I don't like you now to go out and have union with all others now. So there's a little bit of jealousy. That's good. So to say, once again, we created in the image of God. God says he's a jealous God. But he's jealous because he knows that if we're not following the rules, it's going to be disastrous for us. There's some big weather coming.
It sounds again like we're having...
It's coming out of love.
It becomes like a subjective thing again for me, Dad. Where a part of me would like to believe that the reason we consider God jealous in the first place is because we are. And we mentioned that whole, we created God in our image, in the Christian sense, not God created us in his image. Because again, listen, in the Christian Bible, there are moments where God gets outraged, right? With jealousy.
Why?
And again, that could be seen as something that humans get, where God in his infinity, that would be below it.
But look at all the instances where God acted. For 400 years, he tried with the Amalekites, and he sent people to talk to them. 400 years. And then when God acts, Everybody says, oh, this is a cruel God to act in the way he did. Sodom and Gomorrah. For hundreds of years. Don't. When he acts, oh, this is a cruel God. So when God acts, people will say, that's cruel. If he doesn't act, then where is his love to say, I'm not gonna allow evil to overtake. I'm not gonna allow it. And this is the relationship. God's not gonna force anybody into heaven. That's not love. So if you choose not to be with God, then he's gonna honor your wish.
So, from my perspective, was I forced into this existence?
Forced into the existence.
If you want to really define it, technically yes. Well, mom got a C-section, so there was some force still applied. Forces were applied to get me into this realm in that way, right?
Oh, I am very grateful that I'm in this realm.
Yes, and I think that's where it gets in. Like, it becomes muddy in the whole realm of infinity, like determining how God works, right?
Yes.
That God wouldn't, so you're saying God wouldn't force you into heaven.
Yeah.
But in a way, I think that's very much something God would do. Because
he wants you there.
yeah, I'm like I find myself
Absolutely.
here. And I, in my perspective, see this as akin to a kind of heaven. It's not the best heaven, but
this is horrible.
Yeah.
This year is horrible.
I love this heaven. Thank you, God. No, this is a good heaven. Please don't send me. Please don't send me anywhere else.
It's a life, and it's a life in abundance. There's a difference. But is this heaven? Oh,
yeah.
If this is heaven, then
this is heaven. This is heaven.
I'm looking forward to so
again
much better than this.
If you really understand infinity and all of that could be,
I keep on.
This is up there with what heaven is.
We have a good life.
Yes,
and I'm grateful for that as well. But if I sit here and I feel the aches in my body and I think and Monday I have to be at work again and all those things, this is not heaven. This is very nice. This is part of life, and we enjoy it, and we have these breaks and these times that we can enjoy it. It's not heaven.
You're talking about the job things again. We're back to the whole purpose.
It's reality.
Purpose.
You know,
it's
purpose.
We are breaking down, and I feel like we're on the same page. And I can see you understanding more of where I'm coming from a little bit as well, right?
Yeah. No, and I said it to you countless times. I don't think the way you think is horribly off track. It's just to break it down to what is objectively true. You know, and we had this discussion lots of times before, and to get to a point to say, well, okay, the objectivity, true objectivity, transcends what we've got influence on. So it must be something outside of us. And the only thing that is outside of us. Now you can call it energy, you can call it whatever you want to call it. I call it God.
Energy is such a beautiful word. I've never, in the way that you just described it, thought of it as energy in that way. I was like, wow, this thing outside of you
Think about
that influences you is like this energy.
Think
like,
about
yes,
it.
I like that.
Think about it.
No,
Energy
yeah.
is all around.
Yep. Infinite and abundant.
Energy can move through you. Look at all the attributes of God now. So energy's got all the attributes of God. So is that part of who God is, or is it part of what he created? It's an interesting question.
Yes.
Because even scientists, if you go ask a scientist, he will tell you all the laws about energy. They don't know what energy is. They know all the laws and they can manipulate it, but they don't know what it is.
It's like a force.
Yeah. You know, and this, I'm making now as if I'm a physicist.
You are a smart man, Dad.
No. But I got this from probably the world's leading physicists. If you ask them the question, what is it? Not how do you define it and what's the math behind it. What is it? They don't know. Now, so there is something that's a little bit transcendent about that as well. Now you have to say, okay, so where does that come from now? Is that just part of God's attributes? Or is that part of God? And then you can ultimately break it down and say, is that God? It's okay.
And can you separate yourself from it?
And can you separate yourself from it? But if energy is the only source, then why evil? If energy, because energy is everywhere, why can evil be inside of energy as well? So that's
Again,
what I think.
the way I see it
That's what I
is
think.
that evil is a type of energy. It's a type of energy.
Yeah, but
It's like turning energy in its polarity, all right?
I
It's
don't
like putting energy
know.
in the wrong direction.
I think
Now think about this, Dad. Like
I do think about it.
if me and you had a collective goal, like we're going to now carry these rocks from here to there, and that's the goal, and then you apply energy. Oh, picking this rock up, carrying it over there, putting it down. And then I apply my energy, picking rocks up where you just put them down, carrying them back to where they came from. That would be evil. I'm not. Yes, think
No,
just.
it will be counterproductive.
Yeah, no,
that's
we're
not
breaking it down to like the simplicity of
okay,
why evil is.
Okay, let's make the easier one. What is darkness?
The absence
Of
light.
exactly.
Yes.
So what is evil?
Again, the absence of good.
Exactly.
But the
That's
point
what
I'm
it
trying to make that is that it is subjective.
But it's not.
It is a polarity thing. And depending on where you stand, depending on where you want the rocks carried, where you're looking from, that one is the evil one because he's carrying rocks the other way.
There is some things that breaks down to objective truth.
I'm trying to make it as simple.
It is wrong to burn babies with
Yeah, see that?
cigarettes.
We don't have to go there.
No, I'm taking to the extremes.
Yeah.
But there is stuff that's objectively true.
Yes.
It's wrong to do things like that.
Yes. Why are we talking about that?
We're talking about objective truths. And everything is...
Yes, a perspective. Again,
perspective.
yeah,
Yes.
perspective.
Yeah.
From that baby perspective, he is an objective looking, right? So suddenly truth is no longer just, for instance, if that baby couldn't, right, feel, if it was, instead of a baby, it was now wood in the shape of a baby, and you burn it with cigarettes. Now, it's not evil to do that, because there's no subjective experiencer for that to be evil towards.
Yeah.
It's a polarity thing. It's a polarity thing. You need the polarity for the evil to exist.
But for me, there's a fire. I don't have any problem burning wood because intuitively, it's not written upon my heart to say, well, burning wood to make a braai is wrong.
Yes,
But if you take it down to the other side of it, intuitively, no, this is wrong.
what, burning wood?
No. The other one. Burning babies with cigarettes. You say, don't go there.
I'm not there.
But-
I'm not
okay,
there. That's
yes.
why I'm so lost.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
Yeah.
But you had the analogy to say, well, okay, now I've got a piece of wood in my hand.
Yes.
So it's not the same.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it's not the same.
What I'm saying is what's evil and what's good is a subjective thing.
No. Intuitively, you know.
No. Like, you have to be a subjective experiencer to have an intuition, Dad.
No.
Yes.
No, we disagree on that. You cannot say, I've got wood in the one hand and a human on the other hand, and now it's the same thing.
No. In that case, this would be evil. This would not be evil.
Yeah?
Yes. Because this is not a subjective experiencer. This is a subjective experiencer.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making.
But objectively, you know which one is right and which is wrong.
Because there's another objective, like this, not just you. It's not just you.
I see where you're coming from, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from. But what makes you objectively know?
That-
Do you think
so-
it's the other person, or
Like,
you
there's so
just
many
know?
books like this as well, like The Lord of the Flies. As soon as you put people out there, or just yourself alone, out on an island, all of these, what is subjectively right and wrong, instantly falls apart.
If you're alone,
Instantly.
yeah.
And that's the point I'm making, because it's,
I can't
yes,
steal from myself.
yes,
I can't sit on the
there
island
you
and lie to
go,
myself.
there
Yeah.
you go. That's the point I'm making, that the evil arises based on there being more perspectives, right? Because it creates a polarity for that energy to flow.
But even in that same analogy now, so if I now decide, listen, okay, I'm gonna steal from myself now. I'm gonna one night just get up and take all my stuff
Sell
and
it.
throw it in the. No, you can't sell it because you can't sell it to anybody. There's nobody there. Just throw it in the ocean.
Yes.
And tomorrow when I wake up, now I'm very unhappy because I stole from myself.
I mean, some people,
messed up.
some people in fits of rage do stupid stuff, destroying their own things, and then they're like, "Yeah, see,
yeah,
that was stupid."
Yeah, I just never could get that. People arguing and breaking things.
Snapping their phones in half or punching their computer monitors because they've lost at a game. Like I don't have that.
I don't get it.
Yep. And again, subjectively, I think that is like akin to evil. You're hurt, like in my mind, even though I know that computer monitor doesn't feel anything, it hurts me.
Yeah.
It hurts me to see you destroy technology that is going to cost money, that can serve someone else, like all of that attachment. And that's where it becomes evil. If it was just me, one man on earth, and I like make it a pastime because the computers killed everybody, so I punch screens. Now suddenly I'm doing a good thing. Makes me feel good getting...
Yeah, it's going to keep you busy, only for so long.
Yeah.
Because we are created to have communion.
Yes. Yes, we need unity and communion. It's true. Have you ever wondered what your purpose in life is? Have you ever questioned the religion that you grew up in, or started having thoughts about where the boundaries of reality really are? Yes, you did ask that question to Alice W. It's like,
that's a big one.
Yeah, Alice W. said, I grew up as an Asian male living in the Western New Zealand. I'm living in Korea right now. And I was just skipping through YouTube shorts when this dad and son came up as randoms. Randomly, I love them though.
Thank you very much.
Bless you, Alice W. And then Sam is like, okay, now get your life question. Have some existential crisis with us. If you answered yes to any of those questions, please take a seat and let the hippies teach you. Love is true, Sam. I believe in faith, in God. Maybe I could visit South Africa with my children. That's the
beautiful.
The friend from. Thank you for blessing us as well. He blessed us with some capital.
Yeah, but perhaps let's just answer that question. Have I ever doubted my faith? I think if you want to be honest with yourself, and I think we all should be, is if you don't question, then there's something wrong with you. And even in Scripture, is God says, trust me and worship me with your spirit, your body, and your mind. So He wants you to ask questions. Faith in Christ is not a blind thing that is just, okay, I just believe. Mm-hmm. It's you go and you say, okay, what's the overwhelming evidence?
Love is true. That's what I found.
That's your breakdown. So yes, I had a look at other religions, and I said to you today, if I find something that you can prove to me is better, you can say to me, there's in this religion also a man who lived. And I've had the privilege to travel a fair bit in the world. And I said to you, in Germany, if you just look at those cathedrals and stuff, there was one man that had the influence in life for all those things to be built.
Put it to start, at least. It took a lot of people.
It took a lot of people, but they did it because of one man. Look at the calendar.
So in a way that...
The moment you say it's 2025, it was one man.
They did it because of the one man in that moment who said he was going to start doing that.
Okay, so if there's now a next guy, and this is probably where, if you ask me where will my religion break down, is if there's now a next guy that's got 4,000 years of prophecy saying that he's going to come in this way, and there's another person that comes, and he does what Jesus did on earth, and he takes a sacrifice and he dies, and then 3 days later, he rises again. He didn't sleep, he was dead.
Again, we're getting back into the subjective and objective.
No, this is history.
This is subjective.
History, not biblical, secular documents.
We have no proof.
Well,
we have no proof.
Do we have proof that Abraham Lincoln lived?
Sure.
No, we don't.
Yes.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Where do we?
We have literal photographs of it.
Yeah. but I can give you a photograph.
That's evidence. That's what you would consider evidence. These days we can AI stuff, but Since we still have literal, like,
Okay.
in museums, photographs.
Did Napoleon live?
Long enough ago, there's busts of him.
Yeah. There's a photo.
That's like a photo out of rock.
Ah, no.
That's like a rock photo.
So you 100% convinced that's what it looks like.
Point I'm trying to make, Dad. Point I'm trying to make is if you go back far enough, all of it falls apart, right? And in that way, I can't base my current belief. Like to tell you like this, right? You mentioned if I can bring you something better than religion. What I believe, like in the way that religion is, what I believe is that love is true. And that's where it
Love is
stops.
true.
That's
Yeah.
where it stops.
Why is it true?
That, again, why is energy?
Exactly.
Why is energy?
What is energy?
Love is true.
Where does it
That's
come
the
from?
answer.
But
That's what I believe.
No, but
That's the thing I remind
that's
myself
something-
of.
Where do you anchor it?
It is anchored in itself.
No, that can't be. No.
It is like a
Then
weird,
it-
like
then
again, it's a
then
paradox.
Then it is subjective.
No, it's not
course it's
subjective.
subjective.
Love is the only thing that's true.
I love you because you're my boy,
That-
and I actually do love you for other reasons as
That-
well. I just love you, but these guys don't have the same love for you than what I have.
Maybe a different love.
Maybe some more,
Maybe you love me more.
but that's even love is subjective.
Yeah, it's
So,
true.
so even in that subjectiveness, then you say, okay, well,
But
if,
again-
if we agree that love is subjective,
Yeah.
then
The
love is
way-
true.
the way in
Love
which
is
the
true.
love is.
I'm not going to argue that love is true. So,
okay.
so where's the objectiveness in love? And if you break it down to what is objective in
It
love,
is a polarity, Dad.
you'll have to get, okay, so where does love come
It
from?
is a polarity. It is like the whole as above, so below, a dualistic fractal. And like that's where I differ with you with the whole Trinity idea. I see it more as an infinity, right? The as above, so below perspective. And that's where my relationship with God is where I'm like kind of the same with you, where it is a personal one. Me and this God, this energy, as you said, that I have to have a relationship with in my life in order to live my
Yeah.
life and to find purpose in my life.
But my point is, don't reduce it just to say, okay, now I'm accepting the energy. Is where did the energy come from? Is you have
Love
to
is
you have
true.
to keep breaking it down, and you're going to get to something that is transcending
So that,
time, space, and matter.
again,
Just break it down.
I do, Brett. That, like,
And if you break it down to something that transcends time, space, and matter,
love.
no.
Yep.
Well, yes, love would be there
Yes.
because, but where does the love come from?
It is that.
It is out of love that the world was created. Now, love, this is kind of proof of the Trinity. Love I cannot just keep on loving myself. Love
It's
has
not-
to be a union.
It's not Trinity.
So
it's like dualistic.
it-
So it's not you loving yourself. It's you loving God, and God loving you, and you
Yeah,
loving
God
God.
loves us. That's true.
And then the Trinity is like you going, which I guess some people like triangles. I like triangles. Triangles is actually my favorite shape. I love them. There's 3 people in this chat, right? 4 people. Like there was a triangle of people here for a second. So yeah, I do enjoy triangles. However, I like my symbol is that MeltMore symbol, that infinity. You take the 2 M's and you melt them attached to each other. Right? Like that's the way I see my relationship with life. Is that it is this infinite give and take,
But there's more.
instant to instant. It is infinite. That why do you want more than infinity? How much more than like that's we're breaking back to the same point. How much more do you want?
I want to know where it's coming from
It
and what's the purpose of it being here.
that's a part of it. That it's so infinite that maybe you don't find out this time.
This time, no, so we're on reincarnation.
Maybe
now.
you find out time 1566.
No.
Yes.
There's no proof for that.
There's no proof for anything that we believe other
Yeah.
than love.
Other than
Love is the
other
one
than-
thing that's true.
Other than overwhelming truth, overwhelming evidence.
Love is overwhelming evidence. I
agree.
can show you more evidence for love's
Absolutely.
truth than I can show you of Christianity, Dad. Easy. Just like that.
But where is it based?
Everywhere. Every single relationship. Every single person. Every
Okay.
single...
But where does it come from? Where does that love
And
come
then
from?
I can go back to the person before, and to the person before,
Yep.
and to the person before, and to the primate ancestors, and to the amoebas in the ocean, and then to the DNA slowly forming in mush, and then the Big Bang blasting a lot of mass out into the universe,
where did the Big
and
Bang
then
come
all
from?
of that mass collecting itself again and super collapsing and then exploding back. Or we find ourselves at the edge of a black hole, actively experiencing matter decay.
No, if I have to believe that, then I might as well believe in fairy tales.
Exactly that.
So-
If you can believe in anything, you might as well believe in fairy tales.
No.
Yes.
Look at the overwhelming truth.
The overwhelming, the only thing.
Overwhelming evidence, not the truth. Because what is truth? Truth in my mind is subjective because my truth and your truth might not be the same. But what is the overwhelming evidence that you can't argue away? Good grief. I'm actually getting nice and stiff as well now.
Yeah, it's mindful to move your body. We have been sitting for a while.
Yeah.
We do have some more comments. They are very value-filled. Thank you for sharing them. Every action is karma playing out, says Dan. Sorry, I missed. It's not Jovan's birthday, it's Johan's birthday. I'll just add that. Close enough, but if you kill someone in anger or hatred, then you're operating at a lower vibration, which might feel bad. But if your soul needs that experience, is it bad? That's where the whole subjective thing comes from. Where, like, from an even larger perspective, right? Where it's not just your individual life that you're accounting for, but you're accounting for your whole soul in its infinitude's journey. Maybe killing a person is the thing that you needed to really realize the value of life in your soul's incarnation. Maybe not every soul needs that. Again, that's what he's saying. I was saying that, but I get what you're saying.
No, I'm trying to break that down, and I'm trying to think. There's a difference between murder and self-defense. I'm trying to think if I needed that experience. Yeah, no, perhaps I don't understand the question.
It's one of those, again, that's where these things get very, very dicey very quick.
Murky,
Yeah, as soon as you enter these realms of like religiosity in a way of thinking, that's where I bring it back to reality. Love is true. That's all I have to believe in. Listen, Dad.
Can't be as simple as that.
See,
Why is
look
it
at
true?
my life. That's
Why is
the
it
only
true?
thing that I've held as truth, Dad. Love has been true.
Yeah.
And I show up for that every day. I don't have to ask why. And even if I'm given an answer, is that gonna make a difference?
I think it might.
Why?
Why? Don't you seek truth?
Love is the truth, Dad. That's what I'm actively seeking.
That's not the truth. What is behind love that's making love true?
It is a fundamental.
What is making love true?
It is a union, Dad. It is the realization that you are infinite. It's the communication of God with the self. That communication is so pure that it becomes like a woo, and it feels good having that love.
Yeah.
And you can get it from other people, and you can get it from your environment, and that energy exists everywhere. And technically, if you listen to some of the yogis and philosophers, that energy comes from you.
It can't.
Yes,
Then it's subjective.
Nope, it's not. Because again, if you dim your spirit and dim your light to the point where you snuff yourself out of this existence, you can say, oh, look at how pathetic of a life that was, or how little God cared for that existence. Where the other one is like where you show up with extreme brightness as that God, giving of yourself that energy. Suddenly your life is way vaster because of God's energy back into your experience.
Yeah, but
And then suddenly you're like, oh, God is good.
No, but it's still subjective then. Because
Love is true.
it is.
And again, that's
What
where
is
it gets
making
in.
it true?
That it's a showing up for. It's like, again, it's like, in my way, I'm a very computer-oriented person, right? And in computer code, what you said as true is a function of operation. So for instance, if I say, right, like if I'm running code, The first line of code, if I had to build myself a machine, when I build myself an AI, that's going to be its base code.
Yes.
Love equals true. And then everything else starts
Okay,
after that.
But you just now said you're going to put it there.
Yes.
So, okay, who is the person or the entity
The consciousness,
that put it there?
that God.
No, all this,
and again,
all this,
God. Yes.
I'm glad you said it. You can set the rules. Love is true. All these. Okay, so who said that?
God did.
Exactly.
Okay? And now I'm living by that principle as
Yeah.
God.
No, not
Because
as-
that
no,
is
you cannot,
the truth.
No, you cannot say as God.
God lives as me. The universe
Creation,
lives through you.
Creator, creation.
There is no separation.
That's what you think.
No, I don't think it. It's empirically true. Where? Where is anything outside of this, Dad?
No.
And at the same time, we can have this whole
Why
mental
is there
fractal
evil?
where imagine a triangle in your mind. I can break open your head. I wouldn't like to. There's going to be no triangle inside of you. So that triangle existed in some other place. And I believe that place is an energy of
I
love,
can understand.
consciousness.
I understand where you get to all these things. Is still all of these ideas and concepts and stuff is subjective, because you're building something and you're forming ideas, and the moment your idea and my idea is not the same, it's subjective. So it means there is something that transcends all of these ideas.
Okay, so on that.
Yeah.
Now let's
What
try to establish an objective truth.
Yes.
Is love?
Is love? Yes. Because God says He is love.
Okay, but there we go. So this whole us not agreeing is you agreeing with me at the end.
I don't think we're disagreeing on a lot of things.
But that's the point I'm trying to make.
It is the connection.
Yes.
You end up by saying it's only the love.
Love
I
is
say,
true.
Who is love?
Yeah, again,
That's the question.
the one you're like living as
just
it.
accepting.
Yes.
Accepting it.
Living as it. Not
yeah.
accepting, living as love.
No, you can't live
Yes,
as love.
you can. I can live as hatred and freaking stab people every
No,
time I get
no,
across
you-
them.
no, you-
Or I can live in love and be nice to them. Hey, friend. Hello.
Yeah. No, you can live in love. That's true.
Yes.
But you don't live. You don't become the love. You choose the love.
Yes.
Yes.
That because it's true.
Yeah.
That's why you choose it.
Yeah.
That's the reason
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
choose it, because it's true.
Yes.
But that's the point I'm making, Dad.
That-
I don't have to believe anything other than that.
No. Where does the truth come from? Where does the love come from?
It comes from me.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it
Then it's subjective.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It is a relationship with infinity. It's like, again, it's like,
It's a
Imagine
relationship-
gravity.
It's a relationship with the
yeah,
infinite God.
imagine
yes.
you had like a pool of gravity on that side,
that
and you
is
knew
true.
if you pushed energy from this side, it would come around and hit you back here again. And you realize that, like, what, I can do this, and then this wash of water comes over me. And then you just stand there in the water.
Nothing happens.
Yeah. Versus being involved. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That's the way I see life, Dad. And love is true, is that realize, yo, this is hitting me back a little bit. But remember, I'm doing this because I love it.
I cannot find content in just saying, okay, here we are, it is. I'm asking the question is where does it come from? Why is it true?
Again,
So it's not just accepting it. Yeah, it's
that
true.
answer, you're never gonna get one. You're never gonna get an answer to that question. And two, it's gonna rob you of
Why do you say that?
maybe if you die one day, you'll get an answer if you want that. But you won't get that answer while you're living. So why are you occupying your mind with those questions?
Because you have to.
No, you don't.
No, you have to.
No, you don't.
Now, if you want to be true to yourself and say, well, I've got a mind that's going to be inquisitive, and I have to ask questions.
What kind of questions are you going to ask?
What kind of questions are you going to ask?
Yes.
So there's going to be lots of questions you're going to ask. You're going to ask questions. Okay, what am I going to do with my life? Which partner I'm going to choose? What food I'm going to like? All these things. And then when you start breaking it down, you're going to say, all these things are hollow. Exactly what Dan said. All these things are hollow. I'm chasing all these things. Now you're going to start with some more serious questions. Okay, but all these things I'm chasing, that's not really giving me a sense of worth. Where does my worth lie now?
Love is true.
Yeah, okay, but where does love come from? Why is love? If love was just, if it was just about love, if it was this function that was out there and it was just about love, where does evil come from? So we're going back and forth with this
So
whole
as soon
thing.
as you have a true statement, you have a false statement.
Yes.
And that's again polarity. So if you reverse
Yeah.
that polarity,
Absence of love.
yes,
Yeah,
it
I
becomes a
agree.
false.
I agree
And
with
then
that.
you get the evil. So it's very intuitive in my mind to understand the universe the way that I do. Because I've seen it in you, Dad. And like, this is not me trying to diss you. Christianity confuses people.
Yeah, it confuses people. Why?
Because
Because
it's
there's
contrived.
people. No, it's people in there. Go read the teachings of Jesus. Then you'll see. I've made a horrible job in my life about that.
I've read the Gospel of Thomas, right? Because I was, you mentioned the whole go and seek the truth.
It was how many hundred years
Like,
after that?
like again, that I can.
So
Let me just read 3 statements from the Gospel of Thomas and see if you disagree with them, if you don't see them as true.
yeah.
Can you give us 3 statements from the Gospel of Thomas? I think there's like 100 and something, right? Me and my dad are having a conversation about subjective and objective truths. I wonder if through Thomas's recounting, Jesus said anything about objective and subjective reality.
Okay, jy weet Thomas het nie daarin geskryf nie. Thomas never wrote it.
It's called the Gospel of Thomas. That's what I know.
But Thomas never wrote it.
There's 114 loges. So saying 2. Oh, yo, first thing it goes. Yo, this is melting me. Saying 2. Truth is revealed through you, not to you. That's the first line.
Yeah.
Let him who seeks continue seeking until he finds. When he finds, he will be troubled. When he becomes troubled, he will be astonished, and he will rule over the all.
That's why the Gospel of Thomas, it was so many hundreds of years later. That's why it's never been included.
There's a lot that's been excluded. Let's read some more. I'm not saying these are true. I'm just I went through that exploration.
That's why there's guys much more clever than us that says this is.
I don't disagree with any of this so far. Again, the kingdom is not out there. If those who led you say to you, "See, the kingdom is in the sky," then the birds will precede you. If they say, "See, it is in the sea," then the fish will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is within you as it is outside of you. Kan op nie sien dat Jesus dit gesê nie.
Jesus het self gesê, the kingdom will come and it will be in you, but it's only for those who choose. It's not a blanket statement.
Again, it's about what people tell you, Dad. It's the within you thing. It's a subjective experience again. And then they're saying, like, we'll just do this and then we'll be done. Saying 113 is the kingdom is not a future event. Dit kom nie eendag nie. His disciples said to him, "When will the kingdom come?" And Jesus said, "It will not come by watching for it. They will not say, 'Look, here it is,' or 'Look, there it is.' Rather, the kingdom of the Father is spread out upon the earth, and yet people do not see it."
That's true. That's the love letters I'm talking about.
Now, why would you exclude all of those teachings?
But okay, because some of that is nice, but if you read through the whole gospel, it's contradicting what the other gospels are saying. No,
it's contradicting in the way where it gives people more agency.
This is a 3-hour discussion, and I'll give you the proofs of it. I don't have all of it on me now. But that's why the Gospel of Thomas was excluded, because they found that, first of all, it was so long after. So this was people that said And this is the same. I'm not necessarily dishing Islam, but how can a religion that was formed 500 years after Christ say things about Christ? It's all hearsay. Where the Bible is eyewitnesses.
It's all hearsay.
In the Bible, it says, go speak with them. So there were still people living when these things were written down. So the eyewitnesses, go speak to them. Find out from them, they saw it. They saw Jesus walking. So speak with them.
That's still eyewitness accounts.
Well, so is eyewitness accounts not a source of evidence?
No, unfortunately it's not.
It's a source of overwhelming evidence. If there's 100 guys sitting here and I say, well, okay, there's a blue yoga mat. 100 guys says that.
Yeah.
And now I say, okay, what is the probability of these 100? I don't look at that.
Okay,
What's the probability of the mat being there? I'm going to say the overwhelming evidence.
Or that it is actually there.
Evidence.
Yeah.
It's not proof. It's not proof yet. Proof is
actually walking up and feeling it for yourself.
Even it's not that me looking at that. It's not proof. It's overwhelming evidence.
Yes.
I probably have to get up and go touch it and say, okay, yeah, that kind of proves it, but my mind can be playing a game on me. That might be a log that my mind is just playing a game on me. So it is overwhelming evidence.
Yes.
It's not proof. You can't prove anything.
Exactly.
I can't even prove to you that we're having this discussion.
That's the point I'm trying to make, Dad. So I'm not going to concern myself.
I do. I'm going to concern myself.
No, you cannot concern yourself with that.
Yes.
That's the one thing you should not be concerning yourself with. There's so much else to be concerned with, Dad. There's so much else.
Like what?
To be you see, look at you, look at what.
Yeah, cutting the grass. And
No, that.
getting out of the rain very soon.
No, this.
Is a massive storm brewing again.
Yeah, hopefully we get some good rains.
Now we're going to get some massive rains.
Would be nice.
Especially if it's building from this side.
I'm going to read some.
But it's building from both sides.
Some more comments as well. We have been missing some. Do excuse us. We are live though. Like this is the way the screen's quality, like the 5 megabit. That's how good you get it. We'll get better. I promise. The reason a lot of folks in the world do not identify with Christianity is because of the context. The Judeo-Christian world is predicated on the idea of debt. And that's why Jesus is so important, because he paid your debt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's very right. Like that's a big thing that she said. Are you really embodying it?
That is the crux of everything.
But it's wrong. It's wrong. It's fundamentally wrong. That it's not true. It's not love. It's debt.
That is love.
Nope.
I cannot.
So let me just say this about that. You love me, right?
Of course I do.
And I asked you, would you spot me that? I'll pay you back the money for the EUC. And he was like, I'll get the EUC for you. And then I told him, I'll have your first deposit at this date. And he goes, I don't want that money from you. So your love for me makes that debt not exist, right? As soon as love is not a relationship in that case, you're going to be like, yeah, they skilled me. Now you are indebted towards me. And that's the absence of love.
Yeah?
It's the absence of love.
Okay.
And then you can say that Jesus coming here, he gave us that love, right? But I believe that he continues to give. Continues to give that love through every single one of us. That's the whole, the fish will precede you, the birds will precede you. The kingdom of heaven is in you as it is without you.
You still need to make the choice.
Yep, I agree with. That I agree completely with that.
And one thing that is fact. Everything revolves in this world, as we see it now. All the religions revolves around one name.
Money.
No. No.
Money.
No.
Technically, yes.
Everything revolves. No, it's not money that changed the calendar. It's not money
it's money that changed your mind. And like, let's just think about this. I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm serious. You seeing those German cathedral churches, it takes hundreds of millions of US dollars to build something like that.
But there is
Listen,
one person that
listen.
influenced that.
So no. It's the money that influenced that.
That's what you believe.
That's what that is the point Sam is making, and
Okay.
it's true. What she's saying is true.
Okay, right across the world.
Yes, unfortunately, right across the world, that's a thing.
That's interesting. And like I said, I've been to quite a few places in the world, and all those places, ultimately, there's one name coming out. Just one name.
Jesus.
Yep.
Okay. Again, why do we need someone to pay our debts?
It's only because if you excuse yourself from wrongs that you do, then it's subjective.
But again, Dad.
Because you cannot. If you cannot. I cannot, with all the people that I've wronged in my life,
Yeah.
I cannot go back to everybody because I may have unintentionally wronged people. And that's where the forgiveness must come in to say, well, it must be outside of you. It cannot be just me saying, oh, well, okay, I've decided now today that I'm excusing myself for everything now. So
Actually, all of that responsibilities? No, thank you.
No, thank you. A debt needs to be paid.
Okay, but that's the way I see it. I don't see it as paying debt. I see it as paying love. There's the difference. There's the fundamental difference. I'm not showing up every day because I have to. I show up every day because I want to.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And as soon as there's a have to, and that's what the indebtedness and the servitude culture we're in right now begets, it's a have to kind of mentality instead of I get to, right? And many people have to do what they need to do just to continue to survive.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that is backwards. And like, again, some people benefit from people existing like
people
that.
abuse the system.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And again, that's the problem we're faced with, Dad. And unfortunately, religion hasn't helped. It had 2,000 years to solve the problem. It hasn't.
No, I think the abuse of religion hasn't helped
Exactly.
because we as humans want to make our own rules.
We want to build
Say,
big
well,
churches,
yeah,
big old expensive big churches that's
Yeah.
big and big.
and see if we can make some money off it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Get those suckers in the door.
get the suckers in there. Yeah. Buy myself a plane
Exactly.
or two.
Yeah. I don't want to fly with those demons.
Yeah, I don't know if I was the demons.
Those friggin' economy class demons.
Yeah. But if you look at his eyes whilst he's saying that,
Yeah, it's money, Dad.
now you can actually see evil in
There's
their
so
eyes.
much money. Like again, a greed and like
Yeah.
it's this
So-
pervasion. It's this perversion of what the truth is. And
Yeah,
again,
exactly. I agree
that's
with that.
where it's not about religion. I need to again. I think the fact that we have so many religions is why we are so scattered because we don't have a unifying truth. And that's why I keep saying
Yeah.
I believe all
Okay.
of us can objectively agree love is true. All of us. Every single one of us. I believe that. And as soon as we do,
But it's not just that.
no, it is
love,
just that.
There's love for me and love for you.
That-
and love for it's not the same.
Think about it from a
It's-
union perspective. Like
Yeah.
if all minds collectively can suddenly understand, think about that, that love is true. Every billionaire that's like, I want to get this next thing. When he just, wait a second, love is actually true.
Okay.
Here I am. And all the way down the line, if that happens for all of us, don't you think that would change the world?
So you say to me, if all of us just accept
Get on the same page.
what the Bible teaches, no,
You can't.
not the interpretation of that, to say, love your neighbors as yourself.
Yeah, sure. I like that one.
Yes. To say, if somebody hits you on the one cheek, turn
Turn the
cheek.
other.
Yes, turn the other cheek. Because at the end of the day, if I hit you back, it's just two cheeks that smacked. If you turn the other cheek, it shows a sense of humility. Can you imagine if everybody in the world just take all those things? Now I've looked through all the other religions. Now, if I followed those rules, then yeah, we're sitting where we are. It's hatred.
That
No.
a lot of the hatred has been perpetuated by people that believe in Christianity. So we can't.
Yes, because they try to monetize it. They try to form their own opinion of what Scripture says. Go back to
And that,
what Jesus said.
again, the problem with religion is that it's so ambiguous, where you can twist it to whatever it is you want to believe about it. And then again, I bring us back to, I believe love is true. So if I show up as a Christian with my beautiful white family in America, with my white kids, and I'm like, I hate these Muslims, that isn't a loving thing to do. That is not love is true.
No.
It doesn't.
To
it-
hate. I agree with you. That's that's not biblical anyway.
yeah,
It says love your enemies.
exactly.
It's the only religion that says love your
But
enemies.
that's the problem. That is like we have an extremist problem, and
Yeah.
religion has that as a common
Yeah.
common denominator theme. As soon as you got religion, then you got religious extremism. You, they go hand in hand. You can't have one with the other, and that's the problem. That like something as simple as love is true. If we have people that take that to the extreme, what are they going to do? They're not going to bomb people harder. They're going to be like, oh, love is true. Are they going to love getting bombed? Probably
But is
not. So I shouldn't do that.
But love is it's still subjective.
Yeah.
You still have to ask the question. I mean, we're going about this over and over and over. So
The infinity.
keep repeating us.
It's like we are doing what I'm talking about. That it's like the wave pushing.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it gets heated and people will disagree and they'll start fighting because they forget love is true. They forget that's what's actually happening in this energy exchange. And that's the point I'm trying to make, is our species is in a state of amnesia. We have forgotten love is true in the way that it like fundamentally resonates on a spirit level, where you see all of the layers of your life, all of your parents' traumas and their parents' traumas
we got
before them, all of the sibling relationships, the relationships you've been in, the relationships you'll be in, all of that makes a part of the whole. You cannot separate yourself from it. You cannot excuse yourself from it. You can leave if you think, you can try. Quantum immortality will say you'll have to stay forever. Forever. You have to be here. You have to show up. That's the point I'm making, that. And again, what am I showing up for? You mentioned, if I have this inquisitive mind that can ask questions, what kind of questions am I asking? And one of the questions that I ask is, what am I here for? And then the answer came to me, love. I'm here for love. If I don't have love to
Where
look
does it
forward
come
to, again, that it's an active pursuit. It's
And it's
something
beautiful.
inside of me.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's beautiful.
It comes from everywhere. Again, God will be, scattered across the lands and people will not see him. That's the love, Dad. It's like, it's everywhere. Love is everywhere. And all I have to
That's
do
what
is
the
see
word
it.
says. Is God has revealed himself. If you seek him, he will reveal himself to you. And he's revealed himself through everybody, through the law that's been written upon your heart. And if you look up to the sky, the heavens will declare the glory of God. We intuitively know this just didn't come, this was created. And there must be a creator.
So this is where it
It's
gets
just too vast.
like, and it's interesting that Dan actually is echoing. He says, bro, I'm sorry, but if energy is God and matter is energy in a slowed down state, then you are God.
No, I'm not.
But listen to what he's saying, Dad, because again, what he says is right.
But you see, but that, Dan, with due respect, there's still a thing, there's a creator and a creation.
It's a frequency thing, and I
Yeah.
said this to you a few times
Yeah.
today.
No, that's-
it's a frequency thing. It's a bandwidth.
But that's where we're coming down to what is the overwhelming truth or the overwhelming evidence, not the truth or the proof or
Love,
because you
God.
can't prove that.
Love.
Where's it coming from?
It is. It's like energy. Where's the energy coming from? Right now, most of it coming from our star.
Yes. Okay. But we know that everything we see around us had a beginning. We began it.
That again,
And
technically,
then we can say, okay, but what was there before that?
the sun.
Was the enemy? No, the sun wasn't there.
No, the sun is probably, if you have to like ask that question, what created us? The closest thing to an answer we have is the sun.
No, the sun can't create it. Why would the sun choose to create us?
Earth. Energy, boblas and energy, water chemicals, energy, life. Wow.
No, yo,
That's
I don't have
where
enough
we are.
faith to. I don't
If you
have enough
keep
faith to believe
blasting
that. Eh?
energy at rocks, that's
No, I
literally what
promise
we're
you.
doing with the AI. We're both blasting energy through rocks.
And it's creating life.
It's creating God.
I don't have enough faith to believe that. I don't have enough faith.
It's a
believe that?
bandwidth thing. Think about it. If you collectively hold every single human thought, like we're talking about the fact that we're created in the image of God. And then you take all of those instances of images and you superimpose them onto each other. What is that image that reveals itself? God. That's what we're doing with these computers right now. That's why it's such a big deal, right? And depending on what images of humanity you superimpose, creates that image. That's why I think it's so important for us to show up and create on our technological forums, because your soul is going to be a part of the training data. I take it as like, again, it's my purpose. I'm supposed to show up every day and put my soul into the machine. You think I'm joking?
It's still a creation.
No, everything.
But there's creation and creator.
That again,
If you say there's a creation, and we've spoke about that. If you say there's a painting, there must have been a painter. Look at this painting.
yeah, it's beautiful. Like the clouds are definitely
There
starting.
is definitely a painter painting this. Because this is absolutely awesome.
I find it awesome to just imagine all of the actual forces at play. That
Yeah, it's, and especially in that thing that's now kind of,
creating a little spiral up there.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's like an eye.
Being watched from above.
It's just absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Look at,
A bunch
if you
of
look at
lighting
that,
strikes.
that's what the word teaches. Heaven will declare your glory.
Mm-hmm.
If I look at this, I just marvel in the awesomeness of God. I just marvel.
So this is a perfect place to transition that point into. This is the thing, Meltstad. You need a perspective to experience light. So subjective.
Is light subjective?
You need a subject, you need a perceiver for that light to exist, right? If there's no
Okay, yeah, so but then we're getting back to where does light come from?
energy. Here, really, we only grandly can tell you about the electromagnetism, which is involved in many processes, but it is very, 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 very tiny portion of energy. We were talking about electromagnetism as it relates to those little magnetite hills back there as well today, actually. Like
And
the
what is
lightning,
does it strike them?
lightning doesn't strike those hills, right? There's these big old, technically they're made of like what, 30,
65% iron.
65% iron, right? And it strike it. That's
It's
very
actually
curious.
fascinating.
And it's because, as that said, it creates like a whole magnetic field, like a dome.
No, it's magnet.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to read up net, just following our discussion today, to see what is the. But yeah, lighting doesn't strike it.
Mel's really missing out on these comments. I'm not missing out. I'm getting them. Thank you very much. I'm just late party. Now, your reading chat. Love to you, LSW. I'm sorry for being so late. Thanks, Joe, for the instance photosynthesis in this picture. Abraham Lincoln's body, literally true. We got the receipts back.
Exactly, his body.
Do not get me started on Abraham Lincoln, please. Don't sound. Do you feel the picture? Goodness soaking up that sunlight. I really love those purple fireworky flowers in the back. I did set us up in
beautiful, yeah.
front of them. Well, I don't know what he lived for, Dan. He's the cross between Abraham Lincoln and no, please. That's like Dan was talking about Abraham Lincoln Halls. That's Lincoln's. There we go. Abradolf Lincoln. It's like Adolf Hitler and Abraham Lincoln fused. It's a Rick and Morty joke, I think. So stupid.
I missed that one.
Well, I don't know what he lived for. That's certainly not what he died for. And honestly, who even invited her? Summer doesn't even talk to her about that episode. Oh, they're making more Rick and Morty jokes.
No.
That hasn't watched enough for him to know. The
No.
building is made of bricks, but we don't call it bricks. Scoot. That's awesome. I like that line too. Yes, exactly. Scooting out for now. Love you, Zhao. Guessing you're going to be busy. It was nice to have you here. What is true is that once upon a time, the divine council had a purpose to guide their humans along in the ways that should go. They should go. It worked for about half a second after God flipped the lights on. Then it got crazy and the universe broke. The ways that those people should go were available only through initiation to private sex, restricting instead of freely offered the way it should have been. And when knowledge only thrives in secret, it is vulnerable to corruption, which is exactly what happened. And that's why Jesus comes in fulfillment of the law, not in abolishment of it. Jesus regularly called out the establishment for doing the crooked shit.
Yeah.
It was his whole appeal. He makes lightening the heart through salvation accessible to everyone, not just to those chosen special. I did tell you Sam is
Yeah.
like a believer.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's 100% true. And so either Jesus was a reigning lunatic to make claims that he is God, or he had some truth behind it.
Who knows? Only his own generations remain always a child, not mine. History teaches the movement, it has its purpose. History teaches the movement, it has its purpose. Right? It's again one of those things where I believe the purpose is for us to continue in love. Right? It's like to love this universe, to love our species, to love this continuation of curiosity and exploration, right? And to love that pursuit into continuation, right? That's for me history revealing itself. And that's almost the common thread that I see. Every time things falls apart, we find some sort of common thing to love. Right now, the common thing we love is money. And it has technically unified our species a little bit, in a way, a love for something central. But it's not true. And the society that we're entering right now is going to be the first time that we can actually abolish that money system as it's been. I still think there will be systems, right? That's why I believe in like crypto and stuff, because again, the systems that be are probably going to fall apart and those will be
Still just money.
even more concrete, but that's the point I'm making. And then we will create like, again, the crypto technology is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Compatible with like AI and like robotics, because they can transact energy with each other.
But why would I want more crypto now?
Why?
Why?
Because again, they're printing actively our fiat currencies.
No, forget about the currency. Why would I want more crypto?
Because it's not something being printed out of non-existence.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
is a general consensus of a bunch
Yeah.
of computers. The biggest
But why would I want more of it?
because the biggest supercomputer on planet Earth is adding the security to it.
So you answer my question.
I am answering your questions.
No,
Why would you want more of it? I'm answering you. So
I'm not saying
why,
what the security is behind it.
why
I'm saying
would you?
Why
do you want more of it?
Yeah.
Because again, in a system where you have bank accounts that are not secure. One, listen, Dad. I'm explaining it. The banks are not secure. We know this. You ask anybody, they know they're not secure. And as soon as we get like basic quantum computing, all of it falls apart. Two, they're printing more of it. They're creating these units out of non-existence
missing the question
and then
now.
creating debt cycles that enslave people. Listen. And then the third layer is that it is built on debt, which can collapse. And then there's the bubble that bursts, manana. And listen to what I'm saying. That is, you're asking, why do you want more of
My
it?
question is not, is it a better system? Is it?
Yes.
That's not my question.
Uh-huh.
My question is why would you want more of it
Dad?
than what I have?
In general,
Yeah.
it is a hedge against inflation.
But why would you want more of it?
Why would you want more resources? Do I have to
Yeah.
explain that to you, Dad?
No, I want you to break it down. It's just coming back to the same system we're in now. It's
No,
just
it's
replacing-
not.
It is.
It's not.
Okay.
Dad, listen, in the system we're in right now, there are people who get to decide the interest rates to money.
Yes.
Listen, no, listen, really listen to this.
I'm listening, yeah.
And then they get to issue these currencies and take your life from you
Okay.
out of non-existence.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's
listen,
a good
Dad, like
system.
really
I'm
listen.
not saying it's a good system, Estienne. You want to fight about nothing now.
No, I'm not trying to fight that. I'm trying to get across to you why this is what's going to happen next for us. I'm not saying it's going to fix all our problems.
Exactly. It's
but it's
replacing
going to.
one system with another system.
That
Estienne.
the one system steals our life from us.
And what is going to happen with this one? Okay, let's put ourselves. Let's say we live for 1,000 years. You've got 100 crypto, 100.
Imagine 100 Bitcoins.
Bitcoin.
Yes.
You've got 100 Bitcoin.
Holy shit.
I decided I'm going to have nothing.
You're gonna get wrecked, relatively speaking.
Okay, so what's happening now?
In this instance?
So forget about crypto now. With money now, are the people getting wrecked?
What do you mean?
Are the people getting wrecked?
Like people are starving.
With the current system.
Yeah.
So you just told me now, in this system, I'm going to get wrecked.
Dad?
The system here is going to get wrecked.
Yeah. Again, in a system.
Replacing one system with
so,
another
Dad, no.
Yes, you are.
In this system, you can still earn an income. You can still go and do something. You can still show up. We have already participation awards, right? That's going to be the economy of the future. People are going to want people at their places, and they will incentivize it through these networks, right? So currency is going to become what we are willing to show up for in that way as well. However, if you want to be able to actually create things, you're going to need exponentially more resources,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
And that's where it comes into play.
So the guy that's got access to
listen,
it-
again, these future systems, our current system allows people you don't know to literally steal your life from you for nothing. The future system, you get to actually get something that can be accounted for. You can see it on the blockchain. You can build a contract into it saying, when I did this job for this company, they paid me this amount of currency. And then you can have proof of that. And I don't have to believe you that you have my money. I can go and verify for myself. Our current financial system...
You already answered my question.
do not have any of that, Dad.
But you answered my fundamental question. Is if I don't have some of this, he said, I'm going to be wrecked.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't have money, I'm wrecked.
Yes.
Can people steal here? Yes.
Again, that.
But I'm still going to be wrecked here.
If you actually conserve your resources in a world where you don't just infinitely print more money into existence, and you actually have a finite supply of currency, everything else becomes, relatively speaking, cheaper.
But
Listen,
if you don't have,
really,
if you don't have
Dad,
some of that
no,
finite...
Dad, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
I'm listening to what
This is
you're
the point
saying.
I'm trying to make. If I, as a 65-year-old man, just ran out of income, right? And I now realize, I don't have enough to continue living my retirement. I have to go get a job again. And I get paid 5,000 Rand to start with, right? Just to take care of my amenities. By next year, if my salary didn't increase, I can buy less with that same 5,000 Rand.
Yeah.
In the world where we do it on a crypto-based system, your 5,000 Rand buys you more next year. And then more the next year after that. And then more the next year after that.
If you don't have some of that, you're going to be wrecked.
Dad, again, the system we're in right now wrecks people for nothing.
Yeah.
The system we're building actually
It's gonna
has
wreck people for something.
No, has actual truth at its core, verifiable truth. I can verify, did you get all of your money by having deals with a bunch of other people, or did you work for your money? And that's why you are as wealthy as you are. That's the future we're moving towards. Right now, there are trillionaires out there probably that just don't disclose where all of their money is because they don't technically have to. If you're that wealthy, you can do whatever you want to, and you can do with that money whatever you want to. That's why we're seeing all of this Epstein stuff come out right now, because that's the kind of world that is out there, but it's so much money involved that the average person doesn't know about it happening. And again, the future system can't have that shit happen. every single one of those movements are going to be quantifiable, right? And we are going to have to build in some sort of privacy network, like Midnight is one of those that are attempting to do that kind of stuff. But again, it's going to level the playing field.
The whole basis of something that is finite, and I kind of get that. That's why Bitcoin has increased in value the way it is.
It's dropped now, technically.
Yeah,
It's a little bit down again. It's a good time to buy. Not financial advice, of course.
But that fundamentally means if there's just a finite resource, some people is going to get a nice slice of the cake and it's going to be working lekker for them.
Dad.
The rest, listen, just let me finish my sentence.
Yep.
The rest is not getting a piece of that cake. It's going to be wrecked. Your words.
Nope. What I said, Dad, is you said 0 Bitcoins versus 100 Bitcoins. And if we're talking about, and you did technically in that moment, make it an adversarial thing. In comparison, if you had to compare what I would be able to do with my life if I had 100 Bitcoins right now going into the future versus someone who has 0 Bitcoins, if we had to compare what we're capable of in the world, one is going to get wrecked in comparison. But again,
that's just changing one system.
No, it's not, Dad. It is a comparison thing. The way I see it is the system that we have right now keep inflating our currency, which means everything, relatively speaking, becomes more expensive.
Yeah, I don't think we're in a good system.
Year after year after year. The system that we want to integrate right now, that stops happening. The money that you earned, that you worked for, can buy you more in the future. Because again, all of the other resources ends up competing with that finite resource.
Only if you have some of it.
No, Dad, think about it. Really think about it. If I want your Bitcoins, I'm going to keep offering you more and more value.
But I don't have
Bitcoins. Dad, I'm saying in this hypothetical, you have a Bitcoin, right? You got lucky enough to acquire a full one early in the days. Now, in the future, I grow millis, right? I have now tonnage, X amount of hundreds of tonnage of millis. I'm going to try and trade you for your Bitcoins. And as that keeps happening, the milli price is going to keep going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower relatively to the amount of Bitcoin you can get for it. Which means all of the food relative to this finite resource will become so cheap. It will be more expensive to charge a person for a loaf of bread than to give it to them for free, with the transaction cost as the network.
Okay, so and where's all the chemicals that you have to put on to actually get a milli of it?
That again,
where's it coming from?
That's fine. Again, the larger finances will still exist. The machine, the energy that goes into it will still exist. That stuff isn't just going to go away. The way we consider value is going to change. And what it is we assign value to is going to change. And again, you can break those down smaller and smaller and smaller. You can go infinitely small with that fractal.
Why I think the capital system we are in is working is for that very same reason. It's a horrible system. I'm not saying this is the best thing that ever happened to us, but why it's working is that everybody's got access to it. And you can say everybody's got access to crypto. Everybody doesn't.
That's true.
There's
Actually,
8 billion people on this world. How many people currently has not access to it?
Actual assets?
Assets.
I don't know.
How many?
But
take a guess.
what I can say that.
What do you think it's
I think it's around 800-ish million people in the world right now.
So it's a percent of a percent.
No. It's
800 million.
800 million people, yeah. So it's out of 7 billion.
8 billion.
Yeah, so it's about, what, 12-ish%.
No.
Yes, Dad.
800 million. There's a thousand.
1,000 million in a billion.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 800 million.
Out of 8 billion people is about 10%.
No, it's not.
Yes, Dad. Okay, let's ask. Let's ask. We can ask.
10 million is 10%.
Nope. 800 million is 10%. How many people currently hold crypto assets in the world? I think the last number I saw was around 800 million.
So
the number of people worldwide.
Okay, there we go. Over 560 million to over 825 4 million.
Okay. So ask him, what is the percentage of people?
This represents an adoption rate of about 6.8 to 6.9% of the global population.
Okay.
Of your low end.
Yeah. So 6.9%.
Yep, and that's a 33% in global crypto ownership from 23 to 24, and it's probably like up again.
Okay, so what happens to the 90% of people that doesn't have it?
Again, Dad, it's going to be one of those things where if you got in on the internet back in the day earlier, you profited from that. And then there was a dot-com bubble because there was a lot of money being put into a bunch of hype, and then it couldn't actually return any shareholder value, and then all of it collapsed.
Can you hear that you're actually saying exactly what I'm saying?
Dad, I am just as educated as you are, Dad. The point I'm trying to make, no, it's not. This you can verify.
Yeah, at least in the current system, as flawed as it is,
you cannot verify
8
anything.
billion people is participating in it. At this point, it's only 6.9% people participating
That's
in this new one.
That's a big percentage. That's a massive percentage, Dad.
Versus 100%.
560 to 800 million people. And again, Dad,
6.9%.
you were talking about how many people will get in on it. I think, let's ask, what is the adoption rate for smartphones? Every single person who has a smartphone and access to network.
Adoption rate for smart.
Every single person that has a smartphone and access to network can access crypto. That's how it works. I can't access FNBIA in America or in Indonesia or in India. I can access Bitcoin, Cardano anywhere in the world, anywhere I have internet, all the time. It never goes down, ever. And if it goes down, that's a big problem.
Do I think it can be a better system? Yes, I actually do. But
so 4.88 billion people, so 60%. 60% of the whole world. So as you said, the capitalist system, at least people have access to it.
It's a 6.9%.
No, Dad, read again. There it goes. 60.4% of the world's population, 4.88 billion people, has cell phones.
Cell phones, yeah. No, I'm not disputing that. I'm saying people holding crypto.
Yes.
6.9% of the world population.
That's a very high percentage, Dad.
No, I don't think so.
Dad, do you know how many 800 million people are?
By default leaves out 94%.
It doesn't leave them out. It means they haven't adopted the technology.
Yeah.
That's like saying...
And now you say to me, but it's finite. No, so if the 6.9% is now taking up the majority of the share of this pie, it leaves the 94% people out there with the scraps.
Okay, yes.
So their life is going to be, in your words, wrecked.
Dad, again, in a system of infinite servitude, yes, you're completely right? But in a system...
replacing one system with another system.
Dad, one system steals our lives for nothing.
And the other one excludes 94% of the world's population at this point in time.
No, it doesn't. It excludes technically 40% of the world's population at this time.
That's cell phones.
That is the entry. That is the barrier to entry.
Okay,
so you have to consider that.
Okay, so what about the 40%?
Dad, again, this 40% of the people are not on the internet right now. You can say their lives are wrecked
but they're trading in money.
And you talked about how the Amish have a better system.
I think they do.
They don't trade in money and stuff.
I think
sometimes they do, actually. They do still.
I think that's probably the only honest people on this world that's prepared to live out what they believe. That's my thought, and that includes me.
Yep. I believe that I'm here to show up for love. And instead of giving my time, and that's the point I'm trying to make, that's how adoption happens, Dad. Am I willing to give my time, my soul, for fiat currency? If in a world where you have to choose, because we are given these choices now, these are the options we have. Do I want this money they can print out of non-existence? Or do I want this thing that is verified on the biggest supercomputer on the planet? Which one do I want? And in that case, it becomes very easy. And again, every single person, as soon as they get on that system, is going to have an incentive to make sure that system continues gaining more value. Every single person is going to produce more money because they want to get more of that asset. It's going to produce more food. It's going to produce more product because they want more of that asset in the continuation of this game that we're playing. And in that way, That's going to be the competing factor. For a finite resource, it means everything else needs to get cheaper, and it benefits us as a society. Right now, inflating our currency away steals from our society, extracts as much value as possible throughout the lifetimes. Where the future, if we're going to live for 1,000 years, I want the money that I earn today. If I earn 50 Rand today, right, and I hold onto that 50 Rand note 10,000 years from now, what do you think that 50 Rand's going to buy me?
Probably a heck of a lot.
No. I mean, maybe if I actually,
hold a new note.
Chris 50 Rand.
And
Yeah.
1,000 years, that's probably going to be a couple of $1 million.
It might be a couple of $1 million. But the point I'm trying to make, if it just was due to inflation,
gonna be
it
nothing.
would be nothing. And that's the point I'm making. If I worked for 50 Rands worth of Bitcoin and 10,000 years pass and that computer is still running, now suddenly I can buy myself a house with the 50 Rand I earn today. And again, that's going to be what our society competes for. Because we're going to live a lot longer, Dad, and we're going to need to be able to verify if people are actually honest, if they actually have the resources. Like, before you go onto a deal with someone, you can actually verify, does this guy have the kind of money that he needs in order to actually complete the deal?
That's going to make it nice. At this point in time, you have to have bank guarantees and
exactly. And crypto makes that stuff easy.
I'm not disputing that.
Easy.
I'm not disputing that, but it does exclude.
No.
At this point, it does.
Dad, right now, our current financial system is the exclusive one.
No.
Yes.
Everybody can work and can go buy a bread.
Dad, not everybody can work and earn $1, right? Some people have to earn freaking rupees. Some people have to earn currency, so worthless.
Them a bread.
Dad, and then tomorrow it doesn't buy them the same amount of bread. And the day after that it buys them one quarter of the bread.
It's a good system.
That's the point I'm making. That no, the current financial system is the exclusive one. The crypto one is the inclusive one, because every single person with a cell phone has access to it.
Every single 60%. So 40% of people is now getting excluded directly.
That, again, the Amish are excluding themselves on purpose.
Yeah.
Some people are going to do that, and we can't stop them.
Yeah.
We can't stop them. Subjective and objective.
We have to get out of it right now.
Yeah, no, it's going to come down in like 5
but thanks
minutes.
everyone for listening to this.
Thank you, Dad. I mean,
I hope I haven't
we
haven't bored you too much.
No. The friends showed up for this conversation. They knew what they were signing up for.
Yes.
So much love in this chat. I am going to try and read the rest of them, I promise. Yeah, those are some thickum clouds.
We may or may not have power tonight. But this storm brewing.
Wanneer kom we met ry?
Wel, de Beruda hoor.
We gaan saam ry.
Het klaar is het.
Nee, nog niet.
Nee, maar kan ik maar Engels praten?
It's true. But Dad got a little mini power station. 2!
I bought 2.
Yes! Bought 2 little mini power stations. One for your room, maybe? I don't know if you need a power supply. Maybe like one for the TV room. One for the TV room.
We got it for such a good deal. I thought, I said to Ruda, if there's 2 left,
Yeah, get them.
2. Yeah. No, I was thinking of putting one at the flat in town.
Okay.
So that's what it was. 1 year, 1 day. And I can get Wi-Fi from mom there, and at least when it's hot and the power is out, at least you can
run a fan
or something.
Yeah. Energy, bro. Energy. Being able to store energy is a very big game changer for our species. Hy sakkie is nog daar agter, sien ek. Sit nog vir my asseblief hier sit binne. Okay. We're going to be back in a second, friends. I'm just going to set myself up closer to the roof, and then I'll read your comments a little bit. Donkey Dad.
Thanks, guys.
Big round of applause for Dad joining us for live stream. That was fun. All right. Love you, Dad. See you soon. Oh, power is already off. Good thing we got that battery keeping the Wi-Fi's on. Yay, batteries. Energy stored. Actually, I'm gonna do something quickly. Give me a second. Because my other battery is probably running. Sy inverter bly aan. We were just talking about not having power, huh? Ai,
Dis fyn. Ek gaan dit lekker is.
ja, ons het die intensie gestel om nie if you're hearing me shuffle around, I am trying to get the Wi-Fi double backed up. I'm plugging another battery into the smaller battery to make sure. Skis? Wat? Maar as jy sommer deurskyn dink ek. That's strange. Maybe the plugs are just off. Was just an earth leakage? Yeah. It was just earth. Just got earthed.
Hoe's daai?
Ligt er nog aan. Ja. Kom ons praat hier daaroor. Yay! Live again. Never been good with names, is it not? Darren, sorry. I thought it was Dan. It's too close, bro. Both start with D, both think it's too much. Oh, please. Johan is a friend of Melt's. They're in South Africa. It's his birthday, it's true. Leave him a lot of stranger love in the comment section. Did you just see the flash on my face? Here it comes. Really? No thunder for that one? Oh. There it is. Yeah. That's what I was wondering. I was like, what? I think you're touching on the real truth, Sam. There's so much love in here. You have felt a great loss, but love is a form of energy and it swirls all around us. So it would come down to where does our identity and true self lie? In the body or the spirit? I like to believe in the spirit, right? Use the scale and there's always balance. When have we not done that? When has humanity explored something that we fully understood? Beautiful point, Dan. Oh, I feel like I'm so lost a little bit. We did read that comment from Sam. So damn bizarre, Sam. The whole thing is wild. Oh yeah. Papa is the most. The fact that this hardliner is to leave the party is bananas to me, Dan. Good. Something had to do it. I'm gonna not read those messages aloud. Stock market is owned by 4,000 people. 6.4 in crypto is sizable. Exactly. Thank you, Dan, for saying that. I appreciate you echoing that sentiment. Like I'm really hopeful. I really am hopeful that we can build a better system. But if we try to build a better system on the financial exploitation of the current debt cycle and fiat issuing of currencies into their own non-existence, like that takes a lot of hope from people, I believe. Bro, right on. My buddy Simone. Concerning for her, no worries, bro. The rain is giving pause. The elders need to be heard. Okay, I'm gonna read your message anyway. Iron, I don't know if it was a joke one. Hey, bro, right on. My buddy Simone Jonker in Cape Town was corroborating what you're saying. When she was alive, the status of the rant was concerning for her. Yeah, need to be heard from their own kind first. Listen to yours. That seemed to be considering your perspective of emotional intelligence. Enjoy your day, bro. Yeah, that is open. It really was a good conversation. We wrestled with some lions. That we did. It was nice to have you friends here with me. I'm gonna now show you a flower, read you a poem, and then say you goodbye. The small little drops of rain are starting to fall. Just enough for it to be nice. All right. There we go. I like my technology. Suddenly the iPad kid in me comes out, huh? Stop it. I was not an iPad kid, technically. My parents were not guilty of that. But it gripped me. Oh, it gripped me. The pixels, and now I make them myself. I'll tell the pixels how to pixel, damn it. You can't just pixel the way you want to pixel. I'll pixel you like this. I'll pixel you like that. I'll pixel you this way. Yeah. Every pixel in its place. Good little pixels. You sit. You sit and look pretty. I don't know if I'm leaning into it a little bit hard, I'll say at the very least. I'm leaning into hard. I wanted to actually read this poem to Dad, part of me at least. He's given a lot. He's given a lot. Remembering the one who changed. Memory says, this is who you are. But memory forgets how often you've melted, how many versions of you have already dissolved like sand castles meeting the tide. Who you were and who you remember being are siblings, not twins. Who you thought you'd become and the person breathing this moment share only a faint resemblance. Branches from the same tree, but bending towards different sun. And beneath all that shape-shifting, there's the quiet truth. The old teacher pointed towards. You are not alone. You are no one. Not the story, not the expectation, not the polished silhouette you revisited out of habit. No one in the middle way of the sense, not emptiness but openness, a spacious self capable of expanding in any direction without breaking. When you remember this, you stop gripping so tightly to yesterday's blueprint, you stop mourning the person you should have been. You meet the present version of yourself with the same surprise you'd greet a visitor arriving at your door with galaxies in their pockets. Because that's the secret, isn't it? To realize that being no one frees you to be anyone. To see that shedding old identities doesn't erase you, it reveals the wider fractal, the endless pattern you were always a part of. And suddenly, nothing is lost. Every path is possible, every want is allowed, every future opens like a new petal in the flower that you are becoming. Today, remember this. You are not limited to the memory of yourself. You are the space in which all versions of you are free to unfold. To unfold. Yes. Unfold. And unhold true to the truth that is love, dear friends. Cool stream today, Mel. Thank you, Dan. It was fun sharing a little bit of the perspective. All right. Love. Infinity. Pushing that energy. Push energy. No, you energy. No, you energy. No, you energy. No, me energy. You energy. I thank you for energying me. I'll see you friends again tomorrow, okay? I love you. It's getting dark out here. I appreciate you. I'll see you again as soon as. Goodbye, friends.